Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 143.
Yeah, Billy G, baby.
Billy Guerin on this episode. We get into a number of things with Billy G. Good timing. It's kind of like coincidence how it worked out.
Yeah.
We've been talking with him about getting him on for a while. So this is not like a Ryan Suter, Zach Parisi interview, even though we bring it up, but it really wasn't about that.
We talk
That's
about
not why we called him.
Fuck, he's got a lot of stuff. 18 years, Lou Lamoriello.
Oh yeah.
Lockout or he got bought out. He
held out.
He a lot of drama in his career.
Not really.
No, I mean, not bad drama, but just contractually and stuff like that. And then you wait and you get traded 15. He's got 20 goals in 7 different teams. That's pretty hardcore. And then all of a sudden he goes and he teams up with Sidney Crosby as a veteran guy that he just loves. He talks about that. It's just, he's fucking awesome.
And let me say this.
Just an awesome
you don't
cat.
last as long as he did in Pittsburgh in terms of get hired by the organization if people like Sid and Mario don't like him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no shit.
They love him too.
You know what I'm saying? He talks about all this. I feel like we're doing the outro.
No.
So
you brought it up.
No, I just was going to interview. We have a different system.
Can I tell you what happened to me today?
What?
Because you know how
if it's boring and it's going to piss people off, I don't want you to talk about it.
Okay, you know how we have to drive through
There's got to be something
alleys
to the story.
and stuff like that?
Something. You get robbed?
No, but I'm pulling down the alley.
In St. Louis?
Here, on the way to the office.
Okay, in Clayton,
and as I get to the street, yeah, but Clayton attracts all types of
you don't have to
walks
explain
of
it.
life.
We know.
Okay,
go ahead.
The city jails, right around.
Yeah, my mom worked there as a head nurse.
So I'm
sit your ass down. She bagged up motherfuckers.
I'm pulling through the alley, and I'm getting up to the curb where the street is, right? So you can't see if anybody's walking on the sidewalk.
Yes, Andy.
Who's coming in front of where I'm getting to the street?
Oh gosh.
This lady, she was probably 60 years old.
She have 2 heads?
In a wheelchair. Literally going 45 miles an hour in the wheelchair. Probably
45 miles?
Oh my God. One of the most
That's an exaggeration.
Accomplished.
The story's getting out of control. Tighten it up.
I've never seen a wheelchair go this fast ever in my life, dude.
There's fast wheelchairs
I had
out
to
there.
Pump on the brakes. I almost I came this close.
You should have bumped her.
No.
Give her a little bump.
No.
That's what I do with the all you folk that dress like Lance Armstrong and ride your fucking bikes on
Dude,
no.
You're missing
I'm not
the point of the story, dude.
You hit her?
I mean, her life could have ended. I don't know what could have happened.
Yeah,
I may not have been here right now.
She's fine. The story ain't that good. I've seen goddamn
I'm
motor carts.
traumatized. I'm just telling you right now.
Because of what?
She's in the wheelchair coming 55 miles an hour across the air. I don't see her. I'm coming in. There's buildings between me. I can't look to my right or my left. I don't know who's coming. And
but you didn't hit
stop.
her.
Well, I had to pump on I had to screech out.
Yeah.
And she did this move, this crazy.
I don't think this story's warranted.
No, she did this trick move.
No, she didn't.
Oh, went on one wheel,
no,
kept spinning. Dude.
No, she didn't.
It was
she didn't do a goddamn thing. And here's
truly
another thing.
amazing.
All you fucking bikers out there, not motorcycle bikers. I'm talking cyclists.
Don't chirp the cyclists.
With your tight ass shorts.
They'll get mad at you.
They're fine.
I'm letting you know.
I'll go with them. I love you guys. You could have good souls, but when you're riding your fucking bike there's no room. You're holding up traffic. No, Andy, you don't even ride your fucking bike. Shut the fuck up.
Do you know how to ride a bike?
No, you're holding up traffic. I'm going around up. There's no. What's the sidewalk or anything? There's no side of the road for you to run. You're on the fucking road. And I almost hit you, and I don't like it.
Let me just.
And you look goofy.
Let me just come in here for a second.
Your aerodynamic bullshit.
Well, you have to wear that.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, you have to
Corey,
wear
you know what?
It's like a racing.
It's
like a racing jersey. The racing shorts, dude. It helps.
You have to wear it.
Yeah, I would wear it. If you have the choice, I highly recommend it.
You don't.
I highly
recommend
wear
it. You don't ride your bike.
Now, let me just tell you this.
I don't want to hit you in my car, so find the Katy Trail.
Okay, no.
Yes.
You ever seen a bike lane, dude? They have bike lanes.
That's what I was looking for. That's the term. There's no bike lane where they're at. This is
Some
way out in
roads-
Franklin County, homie. And they're just going through these roads where there's no fucking bike lane or anything, and they're just on the road, and it drives me crazy.
Okay.
Drives me crazy.
Cyclists are part of the road. They've always have been.
Don't
They
think
always
that's a
no.
fact,
That is a
homie.
fact. Cyclists are part of the road.
Maybe where you're from.
And so if you're one of those guys who's yelling at the cyclist, honking your horn, I got no time for people like that.
No, I walked my dog the other day, and we had the cyclists go through our neighborhood, and they're like, hey, Cam. And I said, what's up? And I thumbs up. Okay. But then I'm like, you probably don't listen to my shit because I've chirped you a couple times.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hit you in my car. So just find a fucking trail.
Okay.
I mean, that's
it. So anyway,
find a fucking trail.
The lady was coming 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about that either.
Okay. And it was a scary situation. Like,
give her a little nudge.
I run into a bear unexpectedly a week or two ago. Like, that pops out. Okay, my heart jumps. I almost die. Yeah. This is another situation where I almost have a head-on collision, dude. Head-on collision.
Yeah, well, she would have died. You would have been completely fine.
Well, thank God that she's okay. So if she's listening, I mean, who knows? She might
tell her to put her fucking blinker on.
Dude, she's like a professional. Like, I mean, I can't believe how fast
she's probably going to the casino with that thing.
The trick she did to avoid the car, one wheel, did not lose the motion.
People are lost with this bullshit story.
Did not lose the motion.
I tell you,
she's very impressive, dude. Yeah. Very impressive.
Sick story. Tell it again, Andy. You should tell that story again. People are engaged. You saw an old lady on a wheelchair.
So I did roll the window down and be like, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. And she was like, it's all good.
She probably flipped you off like, I don't give a shit. Hit me, I'll sue you. So I'm trying to do. I need to hit that casino.
You think she tried to time it?
She's going right to the casino.
You think she tried to time it on purpose?
Go to the casino and tell me how many.
Maybe tried to time it on purpose.
Go to the casino. And you tell me.
What do you mean?
Just, you see a lot of old people in wheelchairs at casinos.
And
they're
don't
smoking
see that
fucking
at all.
darts.
No, I don't see that.
And they're just like hitting the penny slots or whatever. And you're just like,
what?
This is depressing. Casinos are depressing, man. They are.
I have a great time in casinos.
Oh, fuck them.
Although
I don't gamble.
The last couple times I've been to Vegas, I actually have stayed in a hotel that doesn't. It's a very nice hotel.
You would stay in you'd be that guy.
It didn't have a casino in it.
You and your buddies.
No, me and my wife.
You and your
It's connected to the Aria, which is like a sick hotel. Aria is like the nicest hotel. It's where like all your UFC people and stuff stay there. Oh yeah. And so it's connected.
I'd say Bellagio would probably be number one.
No, Bellagio is nice, but it's kind of older now. You know, it's been around for a while. So, the Aria, so it's connected to this other hotel. Find out what it's called. I'm forgetting the name of it, Brody. I keep forgetting the name.
A lot of big dogs show the UFC fights.
So it's more like a spa hotel, and it's connected to. If you want to gamble, you just walk right over to the Aria.
Yeah, I'm not a gambling dude, man. I like to. Vegas doesn't do it for me anymore. Like I'll go see the Blues play there and hang out with fans and shit like that. That'd be cool. But I just rather go to the beach. I'm spending so much money in Vegas. I'm not great at gambling. I don't get a kick out of it. I like watching other people gamble, but I'm not into it. I'd rather just not pay anything, pack a cooler, sit on a goddamn beach, and pay nothing and be able to entertain myself through sheer beauty and go swimming and look for fucking weird-ass shit in the fucking ocean. That's what I like to do. Or I'm going to get back into skiing again. Okay. When you're a hockey player, you can't ski anymore. Andy, you would have no idea about that because you were never under any contracts or anything like that. So I couldn't ski for a long time. But now I want to go back.
I've had lots of.
Oh, I bet I've seen you fucking skate.
I've had work contracts.
Oh, where you can't. They don't give a shit about you getting in an accident. You kidding me?
You don't ski.
I told you I couldn't do it.
You went on a ski trip once. You act like you grew up in this.
Pretty good.
That's an expensive vacation. Like I never had a vacation like that when I was a kid.
I took a loan out.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely.
To go to Colorado?
Yep. Took a loan out.
A loan?
Yep.
What do you pay? What was the interest rate on that?
I don't know. I don't know if he did or not, but it cost him a lot of money for sure to go to Colorado with the family. That always does. Breckenridge. It was a lovely time.
Yeah. I mean, you act like you didn't have any didn't take vacations.
He's a waterproofer.
I don't know.
What do you? Are you trying to you trying to pump my family up like they had money?
Yeah.
Like okay. Okay, look at our house where we lived in. I mean, it is what it is.
I can't stop thinking about this lady, dude. Who no
one cares about that.
Her life flashed in front of my eyes, dude. It was just a
traumatic
situation. Very traumatic.
No one gives a shit.
Are you excited for the expansion draft? Are you gonna watch it?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch that. It's very entertaining. Mm-hmm. I want to see what's gonna happen. We talk about all the different.
It's variables. Actually great for hockey. Like people are talking about. People are so 100%. Into the NHL right now. Going over the contracts and everything.
And they got 35,000 season ticket holders already signed up over in Seattle. It's going to be jam-packed. Yeah. You don't have to have you don't have to get a Carey Price to go over there to be like, look where we at. You don't need, they're going to be fucking watching you one way or the other.
Would you take Price?
Is he getting surgery or is that a lie?
I don't know.
Well, that's a big fucking question.
I mean,
because Bergie just said he's getting surgery, and then people were like, well,
apparently he's got to have it looked at again or whatever.
Time out with
people that. Because I thought the same thing.
That's the thing.
Are they saying that so they don't take him?
Because, listen, when you get hurt after the playoffs are over, no matter if you win or lose, your injury report comes out that next day. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker had this. Shea Weber might not play again. Killhorn had to get surgery on this. Everything just comes out. And then nothing comes out with Carey Price. Killhorn.
It's Killorn,
whatever. He has to go get surgery on his leg, which he thought he was going to play again.
He put a rod in his leg, and then like skating a couple days later.
Crazy fuck. Awesome player. Love to have him. He's up. He can get snagged. Yanni Gord can get snagged. Anyway.
Who would you take from them?
God, Gord probably.
I mean, God, you would never get a draft pick in within the time limit, dude.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't be able to you're like, can I have another minute?
I know.
Or two to decide?
I gotta decide.
Dude,
but
are you taking Price?
Would I take Carey Price? I don't think he's hurt. I'd snag that motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're lying? Like you're questioning the integrity
of Marky Bergevin,
who
we love, by the way, who's such a cool guy, who's so funny. You're fucking right. I'd take that motherfucker. Yep.
I think it's a smart move. I mean,
just take him.
People think
take
like
Vladdy
whoever's
too.
left unprotected is automatically like gone. Like the team has to they have to take him. They can only take one guy. So I don't know. I'd have a hard time not taking Carey Price, man.
I don't care.
When he's got roots in the area, you can market the shit out of him. Like, I know he's got 5 years left. Like, the money's not the issue. I think they've got, like, if money's an issue already for Seattle, then this is an issue.
Now cap money is...
Like, they've got $11 million they can pay him or whatever. They got to pay him in signing bonus money
but who cares
in September.
About that? So, but...
I don't know.
You have a chance to have the fucking best of the best besides,
34, which I didn't realize he was that old, by the way. Did you know Carey Price was 34?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone in the league right now is 29. I feel like everyone in the league is like 29.
I know. Well, Vladdy is.
Everybody else is too.
They're going to take Vladimir Tarasenko too. I'd take that motherfucker just like we talked about today. Listen to me.
When you're hot.
If I had money and I'm a player and I played for a team and I got a cup or something and I'm just like, you know what? I want to change the scenery. And Seattle's like, I'll take you. I'd be like, fuck yeah. I'm going to have an apartment looking over the ocean. I'm going to have that beautiful picture of mountains and volcanoes, and I'm going to take over the city, and I'm going to eat awesome seafood every goddamn day at that beautiful seafood market that's right downtown. I'm going to fucking meet everyone. I want to live in this city and enjoy myself.
Dude,
my uniforms are sick.
It's an unreal city.
My owner's got money.
Yes.
Our rink is fucking awesome. I'm going to take the city over. Mm-hmm. I'd be excited about that. My wife's going to come here. There's probably awesome schools.
Dude, it's an amazing city. It's spread out. It's big, and it's expensive
but you got
as
money.
shit.
You got money, so you could take advantage of doing everything. Mm-hmm. So when you make money and you go to a city, if it's expensive, you could still take advantage of every opportunity in that city.
But compared to like the wealthy people in Seattle, like you're making peanuts. I'm just saying.
From the execs from all the tech companies and stuff like that.
Bill Gates.
You're making $7 million bucks, Andy.
Well,
you're looking at a $20 million guy, but you're better than me.
No. You're talking about Vladdy? I got you. I'm talking about guys that are making
$550. That's a different story.
Yeah, that are making even $1 million or whatever.
If you're making $2-3 million bucks,
you're good.
You don't need to have a monster house, but you could live in that cool area that looks over the ocean. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be 5,000 square foot,
but the people who live there,
2,500. Who cares?
The people who live there, like they're in careers where they make $2 to $3 million a year for like 35, 40 years. You know what I'm saying?
Andy, I know, and they're nerdy, and they probably live in a fucking bungalow, and they're like, I don't eat meat, and I'm like that. Like we don't give a fuck about.
Well, it's very common there.
I'm just saying,
a lot of vegetarians.
Well,
out
a lot
there.
of people eat fish out there, and they got seafood markets. Oh Lord, the food out there is probably fantastic.
Some of it, I know you wouldn't like. You would have a hard time with some of the
a bunch of fucking hippies, and
panhandlers and stuff like that. You wouldn't like some.
No,
of that.
it's not San Francisco. It's not Hollywood. It's not Los Angeles, where you have wealthy part of town where you have 50,000 guys in tents with, nice clothes on and nice cell phones in tents on a nice street where no one does anything about it. Like that does happen, and that would kind of bug me if I lived in a nice place downtown where there's homeless people that have nice phones and shit, and they're just being homeless.
What do you mean? You think they're faking it?
Well,
what are you saying?
Oh, I think they get little subsidies and they have nice stuff and they just don't want to work.
They go home to like a house?
No, they live there and they just sit on the beach all
on the street.
Yeah, or they know. Yeah, they just scavenge around.
Well, where would you be if you were homeless? Where would you want to live? Like San Diego, maybe?
No, it'd be there. That's why they live there, and Denver and stuff like that. Although Denver would be very
Denver's
cold,
man. You got to leave. You got to leave for the winter.
And like, well, as long as what's happening in Portland's not happening in Seattle, and they have like police downtown, like I'm fine with it.
No, it's very similar.
Oh yeah, Andy, I'm sure you pay attention to everything. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Like, go to Portland right now. Like, you don't want to live there. It's a fucking psychoville. But on the other hand,
there's not much difference, honestly. I'm saying,
as far as like the
liberalism?
the aggravation as far as riots are concerned, Portland's not doing good. Seattle's was there, but I think it's
you think Seattle's coming out of it.
It's coming out of it.
And you think Portland's still there? Are they,
are they
still having riots in Portland?
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
Well, you don't watch the news.
Well, what do you want? Well, I try not to.
No, you don't watch the news. So
I'm trying not to.
I mean, if it comes and goes, but it's not good. And would you want to live in California? Like, I don't know. But if you're making good money, and there's a team that has money, and they got a brand new rink, and you're around the ocean, and you're just covered by beauty.
It's not really that type of like ocean lifestyle.
No, it's a West Coast ocean. It's not
gray,
Hollywood.
It kind of rains a lot.
Yes, but you have volcanoes in the distance.
Yeah, it's not the Bahamas.
No, it's Vancouver.
Yeah,
Andy,
similar,
it's mountainy
similar.
Vancouver.
Yeah,
it's not Southern
Yeah,
California.
Pacific Northwest. It's a 2-hour.
Tell me about geography, will you, Andy? For fucks,
Well,
would you fuck off? I know what the fuck it is.
Do you?
Yes, it's completely different than Southern California.
So it's a 2-hour drive to Vancouver. You got to cross the border and all that.
But you're in the United States.
You want to know a true story? So,
oh, here we go.
This is 2 summers ago.
Don't waste people's time.
We crossed the border.
Yeah.
And the border patrol, they're very serious and whatever.
Have a bunch of drugs on you and they caught you, or
no, I didn't have any of that.
Well.
And I think it's all legal there anyway. It's legal in Canada. It's legal in Washington State.
Let me tell you something right now. If you bring weed over to any court, they're going to fucking do something about it.
It's illegal to do that?
Yeah,
well, because it's not federally regulated.
Exactly. You can't bring it over.
No, you can't cross.
So what's your story?
So the story is...
Did somebody shoot at you?
So I'm going into Canada, and they're like, where are you from? St. Louis, whatever. And like the Blues had just won the Cup. They like know every... I'm like, you're the most Canadian guy I've ever met. He knows every Blues player. He's asking about Layla.
Canadians are the best people.
I'm like, I just love the Canadians.
They are the best people in the world. Would I want to live there?
He was like, you can come in and you can do it, because I was going to the draft in Vancouver. But I flew into Seattle with my wife because we were going to fly back home out of Seattle to visit some friends who live up there. So we went to Whistler. Remember I told you we did all that?
Yeah. Whatever.
So we're in Vancouver, and he's like, come on in to Canada. We'd love to have you.
It's the best. Oh, they're like, welcome aboard.
They're like,
here.
come on.
Now you go back to the United States.
They're like, oh, you're here for hockey?
But it's awesome. When you go through...
Stay.
I hate going through customs anyway, but when you meet the Canadian custom guys, they're fucking cool. They're like, yeah, that's a fucking good one. Oh, yeah. And, they can't have to somewhat be proper, but they give you the good job. Yeah. Although I don't know. I put a smile on my face. They all knew exactly what went down. Now you go back to the U.S., they're like... What are you doing? What? Where the Canadian boys like, what's up? I saw what you did.
They really liked me.
Yeah. They didn't give a fuck about you, to be honest with you. Like, you're that guy that wrote that thing that one time?
That is not true.
You did, but it is what it is.
They really liked me. So anyway, I don't know if they're going to be as good as Vegas, but you know what?
They'll be solid.
Smart staff. Okay, so let me ask you, would you take Tarasenko?
Yeah, I would.
I think you do too. I mean... How do you... I was talking to another scout yesterday who said, listen, it's not like Vladdy can't play. I mean, listen, he can play. It's just, where's his mind at mentally in relation to the injury? Like, is he playing hesitant or is he playing free? Like, which Vladdy are you going to get? And listen, I think it's only human nature to be a little hesitant in your shoulder when you've had 3 shoulder surgeries. I said this. How many times did I say this last year? I would imagine Vladimir Tarasenko, it's probably scary, the idea that maybe you would have to rehab another injury. Like, you don't want to rehab injuries all the time your entire life. That'll put you in a dark place, I would imagine. Like, you've been there.
If you didn't make money, it would. Mm-hmm. But you made a ton of money.
Yeah, but we're talking back to back to back.
I know exactly what we're talking about. And I understand.
You know what I mean?
Painkiller abuse. I understand the mental aspect of it. I understand not going to the bathroom and you bump into people, and at the grocery store you can't even drive because you're going through another shoulder surgery.
Bumping into people.
Yeah, because
Andy,
the fuck you talking
right,
about?
Your shoulders messed
up. Your shoulder's fucked up, and people don't realize that you have a sling. Or most of the time, I didn't want to wear a sling because I felt like people take advantage. I don't know. I couldn't drive. It's horrible. So that aspect, damn right. But on the other hand, you made money. And if you play hesitant, you ain't going to make any more money because no one's going to want you. So it's like, I'd rather just be like, fuck it. If whatever happens, happens. I need to try to get this next contract. I'm not going to baby this goddamn thing because I have money.
So if you're playing free and like to me, it's like, what? I can get this guy 7.5. It's not a... Why wouldn't you?
Well, if I'm Vladdy, I'm like, fuck it. Let's go. I'm going to try to rip every goddamn puck. Whatever happens with my shoulder, if it's done, it's done. But I don't want to go out like a pussy. I want to go out fucking swinging for the fences. I want to go out like, no, I'm going to bet on myself and rip pucks and do this and battle in the corner. But if I don't, like, well, I got to tiptoe around to get the next You ain't getting the next contract if you tiptoeing. No. Because I know how you play when you tiptoe. And you ain't there. And no one wants to see it.
Who is?
Nobody.
Who can play tiptoeing?
Andy. Nobody. You could play hurt, but if you tiptoe worrying about something,
you're going to get hurt.
You're motherfucked. And it's so obvious, it's sickening. It makes you sick to your stomach seeing somebody tiptoeing around.
Yeah.
But if you're hurt and you're still doing it, but you just can't get there, then that's a different animal. And if you're hurt, you're hurt. But if you're tiptoeing like, I got to get, it doesn't work anymore. It don't work no more. And you could tell that you could see when he was just like, I'm not doing it. And we're like, what the fuck? And you see with all kinds of guys. I remember doing that, man. Like, I'm not going, I can't fight. What? Then you're fucking useless. So just go, if you're comfortable in yourself, man, just go fucking bring it, dude. And if you score 20, you're going to get a contract. You're going to get something. You bring the heat and you're okay. Maybe you get banged up here and there. But if your shoulder goes out, it's going out anyway.
Yeah.
It's going out anyway, Andy. It's done. And there's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do about it?
Nothing to do. So,
well, it's limited. It's limited risk. I know you've got a big time salary coming up next year, whatever, $9.5 million, even though your cap hit. But if this guy gets hot, like what you could potentially turn that player into from an asset standpoint. I mean, you're in a much different situation than what Doug Armstrong is in right now.
And I think people realize that. I just, as far as Vladdy's concerned, I just think that you just go all out.
Can I say this? Like, if Doug Armstrong had a trade partner, if he had somebody that was willing to take Vladimir Tarasenko, right, I truly believe he'd make that deal. Of
course he would.
Versus, what's the alternative?
Why wouldn't he?
Exposing him and losing him for nothing?
Well, he doesn't want to play here, dude. So he's gone anyway. So if that trade would have been implemented earlier, he would have done it. But it wasn't right. You think Doug's like, no. Just like we talked about earlier. Andy, you're like, they probably wanted half his contract. And it's like, no.
Well, I'm not going to
pay you to score goals.
Yeah. If I'm Tom Stillman or Doug, I'm not interested in paying a portion of your salary so you can go score goals
somewhere
elsewhere.
Else.
Like, teams have to realize what they're getting.
I know.
And just like Billy Guerin talks about in this interview, like always trying to make a fair deal, asking the Blues to retain salary in this situation for a guy who's had this type of career, is it fair when you consider his injury situation? Is it fair or not?
I think it is. Unfortunately for Doug. And that's probably what happened initially. And Doug's like, no, I think Seattle might take this mug and build him up. And now you hear Philly wanting to do something. And, we got a couple days left. And the good thing this is coming out tomorrow, so we don't know yet until Wednesday. But Philly says that they want to, but then they're going to give Voracek in the trade. He's making 8.5. He scored 6 goals last year.
Voracek
making 8.5.
Yeah, I get the sense from talk. I think teams
I know.
Are weary of.
I hear you.
Voracek. He's had some good seasons, good player, but I think there's some concerns.
There's some, yeah. We don't need to get into it, but it's all good.
No, so I mean, like he wouldn't be coming here. Put it that way. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear.
But I'm sure there is a team out there that would take him.
Yeah,
Voracek. Maybe they don't have all the information. I would think that they do.
And it's so weird. And this is good for hockey. And people, we host our radio shows, and people are like, "Well, I don't know if." I think teams should protect 3 or 4 more players because I don't think we want Seattle not to be as good. And I'm like, fuck that.
You want Seattle to be good right off the bat?
100%. I do.
Would you take that Eberle or would you take that Bailey?
Eberle. You need scoring.
Like they're gonna down score. Like they're gonna have some good players.
They're gonna be solid.
But so all these forwards. That's why I look at Tarasenko and they like immediately you've got a first line left winger or right winger.
He could be a 25, 30. He could.
Assuming that he is who
you're gonna listen, Andy.
Who we've seen him be, right?
They're gonna have a bunch of good fucking players. Yeah. They're gonna be New York Islanders. They're gonna be Islanders. Just good. They're going to be solid. They're going to have solid guys. They're not going to score a ton of goals, but they're not going to let in a ton of goals. And they're going to be just, I think they're just going to be good. But everybody says.
And they're going to have that goalie from Florida, man. They're already negotiating a contract extension with him. I think that's out now.
They're going to be better than
he just signed? Yeah, so he just signed while we're doing this.
So I think that I just rather see them be good. Here's the deal. Here's the bitch of everything that happens. People complain about, they're going to be good. They got all these guys. Imagine taking your whole family, going to a different city you've never been to. Most of you guys have never even been to fucking Seattle. You have to find a school. You have to find a place to live. You don't know any of your teammates. None of you guys played together before. Yeah. Maybe a couple guys.
But you know this. It's all set up for them.
No shit. But set up, how much? Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to move?
It is.
And deal with where you're living, your traffic, everything. Schools, your wife, your family, all kinds of shit. It's a pain in the fucking ass. So if you're an organization and you could grab this team and keep everybody on the same level mentally and figure it out, then good for you, because that's going to be the hard stepping stone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like the fucking just to be able to be content where you're at in a new fucking place. It's hard.
Until you get there, you're like, wow, this place is pretty sick.
Yeah, but like, where do I do now? Oh, they want me to do this? Oh, I got to get my kids in school. Oh, I have to go do a signing there, and now I have to play, and I have to do blah, 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 blah. I mean, fuck.
You're getting paid, man.
You're getting paid.
And now you get a better role than you probably have on your current team.
If you put a team together that quick, then you're doing good.
So it's been reported, Brody, that Chris Driedger is signing a 3-year, $10.5 million deal. So they're already reaching out to these players and getting some deals done.
They own the system.
I talked to a prominent player yesterday, and I'll say Anaheim. I'll throw the team out, and he's hoping he gets taken. You know what I mean? I think players want to be taken.
Can I guess who it is?
No. But players want to be taken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is like guys may be concerned, because I think a lot of players are like, hell yeah, sign me up, I'll go.
I didn't say that players don't want to deal with the nuance of living in a new city. I think that it's difficult for an organization to keep everybody on the same page when everybody's going through the same thing at once.
I know, man. It's got
like
to be a challenge.
Go to a different fucking place.
It's got to be a challenge.
It's got to be a big time challenge.
But Vegas was able to do it. The city's not nearly as spread out. Everyone kind of lives in that one area in Summerlin and whatever.
Seattle's spread out.
But Seattle is. But I'm sure there's that one community where
they don't know yet. They've never had it before.
No, listen. I just talked to John Forsland on my radio show, who's their play-by-play guy, their TV play-by-play guy, who I think he's there right now. Maybe just got there like yesterday, the day before. I don't know. But when we talked last Friday, he had never been to Seattle still.
I know.
Never been there.
Why would you go? I mean, I guess.
Well, you'd go if you're going to go on vacation, you had a reason to go there or whatever. It's a great spot. But from a hockey standpoint, people who live their life traveling the hockey schedule, like it would never take you there unless maybe you
go to Vancouver,
played in the Dub or something, whatever.
Yeah, their Dub team. So it's going to be interesting.
So he had never even been there. I would imagine their color commentator, JT Brown, he probably hasn't ever been there either.
No one has. I mean, like,
you know what I mean?
You might have been there.
Had Ron Francis ever even been there when he got the GM job?
You're traveling everywhere else. You're not like, let's go to Seattle this weekend.
But it's one of those cities, Cam, when you go there, you're just you're like, wow, man. I could picture myself.
Andy,
chilling
goddamn
here.
right. Hey, how about this?
It's not like Cincinnati got an expansion team and all of a sudden.
Let me say this. What about...
Nothing against Cincinnati, by the way.
And I know Phoenix or Arizona's Arizona. They got Datsuk, they got Pronger. They got a sick team. They got Ladd. Who else did they just sign?
Arizona?
Yeah.
Is Ladd on is he on the power play?
Datsuk, Pronger, Ladd. Like, if they moved...
Is Pronger still on Arizona?
Is he still on that mug? So they got good... They're doing good.
Joe Vitale might still be on there,
Vitale, Paul Bissonnette.
Hey,
so anyway,
Billy Armstrong's my guy. You know
we love Billy, no doubt. But my point is,
he's doing what he's got to do. He inherited an absolute disaster.
Would this
Shaika?
No shit, Andy. No shit. Would this city? No one's ever brought this city up that I've heard to host a new NHL team. What city do you think I'd talk about? It's in the Midwest. It supports their teams that they have. It's close to St. Louis. Who would it be? Go. It's 350 miles away from St. Louis.
Indianapolis?
Yep. You don't think they could support an NHL team?
I don't know, but they do a pretty good job supporting their East Coast team. And they have a USHL team.
And they have my
son plays AAA. My nephew plays AAA hockey there.
The Racers.
They used to have a sick program, the racers. They're not as strong
Wayne
as
was
they...
there for a bit.
Yeah. And that was
So is it...
I don't know. I don't know if it's a big enough market.
I'm just saying, they're a Midwest, hard-working town that loves sports. And you think that they could put... I don't know. They're growing.
They've got
nice city.
their downtown is super nice. Very nice.
I used to drive through there every fucking year, multiple times.
But they've really done a great job with it.
It's really nice.
And for people who live, if you want to go watch an NFL team, I mean, listen.
When we talk about all these other
Colts
cities,
are a thriving franchise in the
huge.
NFL.
Huge.
Pacers have always been competitive,
and they haven't won.
But that's probably their limit.
You think so?
2 professional sports teams.
This is a question.
It's
I know
like
we talked
St. Louis
Houston.
had a hard time with 3. Although they
went through some fucking shit.
Well, when the Rams were good, they didn't have a hard time
St.
supporting
Louis
3.
is the murder capital of fucking United States.
Is it? I don't like hearing that.
Is that so?
I don't like that.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Andy. I'm sorry about that.
Is that true?
Sorry, your house value is going to go down in the next 10 years.
No, it's going up.
It's
going up.
Yeah, come out by me and it'll go really up.
Really?
No, you'll see. You think people want to live in the city? They're fucking crazy. Look at the fuck. You need to watch the news once in a while. St. Louis is hardcore.
Well, I've known that. I went to public school, dude.
Here, let me give something out. I was going to say this on my radio show, and I forgot to do it because it's not necessarily hockey-oriented. But I get people that text me, message me on social media, message me through all my social media accounts, and they send pictures of themselves in the locker room. And they're like, Janner, I'm ready to fucking go. Let's go. And I look at their get-up, okay, and I critique everybody. And everybody critiques me, and this is what you do. And I look at your get-up. And if you are a guy that never played and you want to be in the mix with some of these men's league teams that your buddies are playing on, they're better than you, let me give you some advice. When you have green laces on, Andy, if you have motherfucking green, red, pink could be okay because it'd be breast cancer. So I'm going to throw that out. Keep pink in there if you're doing that. Yellow, you ain't Ovechkin. Red, orange, purple. If you have fucked up laces.
I think you can go yellow. You can go yellow.
No, you can't.
And you can go black, too.
No, you can't. No, you cannot. And so the laces, get your fucking 108s. I don't give a fuck if they're wax. I don't give a shit. Don't have blue, pink, different story. Purple, all that shit. Don't do it. You're automatically typecasted. Here's another thing. If I look at you and your fucking shin guards don't have tape on them, but you have laces. Everybody that laces around Andy, you cheap motherfuckers. You automatically are typecasted as being shitty. As a Leo. We haven't brought Leo. So you're a motherfucking Leo.
Can I explain this to you?
Can we guys, spend the extra money, get nice laces, because you come out there, I'm going to look at you. Guys are going to look at you and they're going to be like this. Oh, this motherfucker.
Cam.
You're already denounced as a player. Fix that. You know who I'm talking about.
I thought of you the other day. I was at my son's skating lesson, and when she's looking for ice time, I'll give Nola a shout out. She's a badass skating coach.
Damn right.
What up, Nola?
What's up, girl?
And so she'll do it at during a public session. And there's not a lot of people out there at the public session. Every type of person you've ever seen in the world is on the ice skating. You've got people with one skate with a blue lace. Ugh. The other skate has a green lace. Yeah. You've got the guy out there.
White toque.
With
purple toques.
The Blues jersey with a number 16 for Brett Hall, but it's their own name on the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's another thing.
You got the guy out there who's practicing his crossovers. Okay.
Or you have a neck guard on.
Oh my God.
I mean,
the t-shirt and shorts guy. No, you get everything.
Or you don't wear shoulder pads and you suck like Andy.
Yeah, you get everything. Actually, a guy came up to me. I told you this, and he said, "Hey, is that Taylor Hall?" Because Ty was walking with me.
Jesus
he goes,
Christ.
"Is that Taylor Hall's son?" I'm like, you listen. Good for you.
Thank you.
But no, the answer is no.
Do you get my drift on that, though? Mm-hmm. Just know, if you're trying to mix in with the guys, you could only be so funny in the locker room. But when you suck on the ice and you have purple laces and you don't wear shoulder pads and you have laces for tape on your shin pads, you automatically denounce your play tenfold. So just fix that part. Yeah. Look the part. Don't try to toe drag cats. Don't lift your fucking stick up. Don't take slap shots when you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
So do you tell them that when they send you the picture? Do you respond?
Yes, I did to my buddy who's in a band. Love you, buddy Jack. You know what I'm talking about. And he's got He's got green laces on with black toques. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, I love you. You're a sweetheart of a person. But I'm looking at the guys you're playing with. I'm like, they're looking at you like, oh, Jesus, he showed up again. I know. It's not. He's got green laces, Andy. And he's already not that good.
All right, couple things here.
Oh.
I keep hearing Matthew.
He's a good guitar player,
People keep having like trade scenarios for Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah.
Like almost like
Vladdy and him straight up.
I mean, almost like he's like a UFA or something. Like, you know, like the idea. But, and listen, I would never sit here and say Calgary's not going to trade him. You never know how it's going to play out. I mean, shoot. You never know what team calls, what kind of hockey trade they announce. So, Mango.
Mango. God.
First time.
First one.
Anyway, let me just say this.
Matthew,
sources with Calgary, they're not interested in Tarasenko. You know what I'm saying?
Cal or Gary?
Calgary. They're not interested in Tarasenko, and they're not interested in Vince Dunn either. Apparently, they're looking for D. Daryl would like to see Calgary sign a defenseman, maybe two, but they want a defenseman with a little more size. You know, so we throw out all these like trade scenarios. Calgary or Carolina, for example, reached out to Carolina yesterday. Like, he's like, I don't know. These are rumors. Like, we call about everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of teams. I just don't know how close Doug was to making a deal, like I said, because if he was close, I think he would have made a deal as opposed to just putting him in the expansion draft. Because I don't know if they're looking to re-sign Vince Dunn. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a situation where they're trying to avoid Vince Dunn from being taken so they can bring him back.
The one big D man that besides like Giordano and those guys, like Zadorov's going to get taken.
Zadorov,
that sucks for Chicago, man.
I know.
Good for the Blues, but it sucks.
Reported that yesterday.
Because that motherfucker will get you, boy.
Yeah. Although I will say this, talking to somebody with Chicago today, they said he was terrible last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't get to watch him
He's
that much.
6'6".
Dude, we watch everybody in our own like you're
division.
Watching. Isn't that weird? I hate.
Didn't watch. You're thinking of like Zadorov, obviously in Colorado, man.
He was killing guys.
Good, yeah.
So I heard that if you're vaccinated, the Canadian government will ease up on travel restrictions getting to Canada, which is great for the schedule next year. It's great for U.S. team. Like, look, Canada. We need to even this thing out a little bit. Like, we need to be able to get in there. Like, are we okay up there?
They say it right before free agency.
Are we okay up there?
Well, people need to know, do we sign in Canada or not? Like, can my family come visit
Andy
and watch me play?
In front of fans? Can my family come watch me play? Or do they have to hang out in the lobby of the fucking street, in the middle of the street, and like
with 20,000
and have an orgy with all and have 3 people at the restaurant right next to the fucking orgy, and they're staring at the restaurant like, we're hungry. You can't come in here. You guys, affect yourself with diseases. You can't come in here.
What? How do you define like orgy? Like, what do you mean?
They were making out all these days. Oh, that's safe. Well, good. No one's in there though, or the restaurants can't make any money. But boy, that street could be filled up. It's just the optics are so goofy. I don't know what to say.
If you were a team, if they asked you, like, say, hey, should we sign Mike Hoffman? What would you say?
Yeah, fucking score some goals on the power play. Goddamn right.
It truly is one of the.
Well, how about if I'm a player? Do I want to? How about if I'm a player? Do I want to go play in Canada?
I think you would. Well, why not?
Didn't we just talk about it?
Why no? But like the opportunity to play.
How about the taxes?
Hey, you tell a Canadian kid you get to play for the Montreal Canadiens.
Are you a Canadian kid?
What
if you're an American kid?
Well,
no, Canadian kid's a different story. That's an easy decision.
Yeah. American.
What if you're American?
Maybe not. I still think it would be cool to play for a Canadian city.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. In regular, normal times, no doubt. Besides the taxes, it's going to cost you money, but you're going to make more money, maybe being more popular and different things. But do you want to live there permanently? Probably not. But do you want to play there as an American? With the things going on, maybe your family can.
I hear from people all the time that there's nothing like playing for a Canadian team in a Canadian city or an Original Six franchise.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'm just saying. You disagree with that?
I'm just saying right now it's not appealing.
Could you imagine if you would have played in
Toronto? It'd be fucking unbelievable. But I played in Jersey and St. Louis. I got lucked out.
Or Montreal.
I lucked out. I'm good. I don't even think that way. I lucked out.
You want that Zach Hyman?
Yeah. You know what you're going to get with him. But if I'm Toronto, I'm like, why didn't I keep that motherfucker?
Well, he wants too much money.
Well, who doesn't? Who's going to take his spot that's not going to want $4 or $5 million?
Well, he's going to get $6.
And you can get somebody for 5 that sounds good.
It's like Schwartzy, same situation like in St. Louis. I think, hey,
Zach Hyman's pretty damn
got a
consistent,
certain number of dollars that they can allocate towards you,
Yeah.
Schwartzy's going to be fine, though. He'll end up finding a team. Like, he's going to have several offers.
He'll be fine.
And
he's inconsistent as a motherfucker.
Well, goal scoring, the goal scoring hasn't been there. He's great every other year in goal scoring.
If he wants to go, he goes, dude. And he gets that puck and he spins off and he does that backhand sauce in the slot and, and he gets back and he blocks a shot. Then he gets hurt for 6 months.
Before we get to Billy G, a few years ago.
Oh, God.
No, Schwartz was on fire. Remember? He was like one of the top 5 players in the league. And then he took that innocent shot from Mike Green.
Oh, in Detroit.
Yes. And he never really recovered from that.
I remember that. 100% right on that.
Remember the season he was having? Like point per game guy.
I remember.
And he was on fire.
almost got hurt that night too, but it was Schwartz. He got fucking
It was like
rocked
a random...
in Detroit. I remember that. Everybody's like, motherfuck on Twitter. I remember that. Like, it blew up. So.
Yeah. And so, he obviously had the great run in the playoffs and whatever, but, and even last year, not this past year, but the year before, he scored some goals prior to the pause and whatever. I think he was north of 20, wasn't he? He was over 20.
Yeah.
So
he scores 11.
So again, like every other year, you're going to get 20 plus goals.
Yeah, but that's
from
not good
Schwartzy.
enough for $6 million. I'm sorry. He had 8 last year, I think.
8 in like
Voracek.
Yeah,
8, but he was making 8.5.
Is that what he's making?
Gritty.
Now they got Ryan Ellis. He kind of looks like Gritty.
I like Ryan Ellis, man. He's a good player. He's a cool cat. And
Dude,
what's
he's damn
Nashville
good.
doing?
He was a legend. He's a Windsor boy too.
We love them Windsor boys. We love you Canadian boys. We just want you guys to get normal up there so everybody's happy.
Hey, we've got these new hats, by the way. Yep. You can go to camandstrick.com. Check those out. Cam's wearing it right now. Cam will wear it now, but he'll probably have it on for at least 3 weeks.
I'm going to walk the dogs when I get home. I'm going to ruin everything. I ruin clothes when I walk the dogs. Sweat my fucking ass
You
off.
love these new Cam and Strick t-shirts, too. You wear that. I hope you have more than one.
Andy, I wear the same thing every day. It's goddamn embarrassing. I look like a big billboard of myself. It's fucking horrible.
He's got the Cam and Strick hat,
Kate
the
wanted to go out
Cam
to
and
dinner
Strick
night.
t-shirt.
I know. Kate wanted to go out to dinner tonight at this nice place that my buddy owns.
And meet her there from here?
And I'm sweaty. I'm already sweating my ass off.
Oh, my God.
Fucking sun comes in this stupid fuck room. Sweating my fucking ass off.
Okay.
I already did Billy G.
They probably hear you throughout the office.
Well, sorry, guys. And then Kate's like, let's go to Twisted Tree. And I'm like, oh, girl, I have BO.
I want to bring you some clothes.
I have tennis shoes on. I have a hat on. My beard looks like shit. I stink. My clothes are stains on it. I'm just a fucking disaster. Send me clothes.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'll still go, though. Get a motherfucking Bloody Mary. Hang out with Kate. Get a fat ass steak.
Billy G was great.
He's sick, dude. He's badass. Love him.
Did you ever follow Hockey Buzz?
Was that your thing?
I used to write there.
Fuck no.
I used to write. I was like one of the first ones to write there years ago.
Yeah, Andy.
Back in like 2000.
I followed your fucking blog.
No, back in like 2005 or something.
Yeah.
When
I was playing in Jersey
started.
and I'm like following your blog.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
No,
I did not.
It was actually pretty good.
Chasing. Come on.
It was some good shit.
Oh, hey, girl. What are you tonight? I'm following Andy's blog tonight. I can't hang out with any girls tonight, okay?
Then I started my own website.
I'm following Andy's website tonight, okay, girls?
Okay, so listen.
I'm gonna beat my dick off.
Can I just tell you this?
What?
So Eklund, and people listening, they know what's up because he, throws out all these like rumors. I mean, whatever. Trade rumors.
What?
So we were in Pittsburgh, or maybe Philadelphia. Sorry, we were in Philly. And I was with the Blues, and Billy G was playing for the Blues at the time. Absolutely hilarious. And he and Dougie Wade and Keith Kachuk were like, dude, bring Eklund.
Who's Eklund?
He's the guy who runs the website. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, listen, people out there listening.
You're acting like Eklund. Like, I thought you had Eklund or something like that.
No, Eklund was the guy who ran the website. But he never showed his face. No one knew what he looked like. No one knew who he was.
He's a video guy.
He was a guy who no one knew, so people would always speculate: is he a former player? Does he work for a team? Like, who is this guy?
No, he's a
so he hired a bunch of people. No, he's from like Philly, so he hired a bunch of people to write on his site. And it kind of became like a go-to site. A lot of it, had credibility. Some of it didn't. And anyway, they were like, bring this guy to the hotel. So I have Eklund come to the hotel, and all of a sudden, Billy G, Walt, and Dougie Wade just come out. Hey, Eklund, what's up? What are the scoops? What are the rumors? And he's like telling them like what he's hearing, whatever. It was actually hilarious. You had to have been there.
Is there more?
No,
story?
people listening.
Did somebody get shot?
No.
Is there run over?
No. No,
crazy.
This was
nothing
in
else.
Philly. Yeah, no one got
So
shot.
Walt went up to a video guy and said,
it
"Hey,
was
what
like,
do you got going
it was
for
funny.
me?"
It was just funny.
And then people laughed.
People would have to.
That's
people
really
listening,
funny.
Well, no, because back in the day, like no one ever knew what this guy. It was just kind of like a joke. You know, they were just kind
There's
of
probably
playing with
0.1% of the people that would know
I
that listen to
bet
the
you
podcast
somebody
knows anything what you're talking about.
Yeah, they do. They know who Eklund is.
I didn't know who Eklund is. I played there.
You didn't play in Philly.
Oh, he's from Philly.
Yeah.
See, it's confusing. Eklund.
Didn't I say Philly? Yeah.
But
bro.
why?
I said Philly like 10 times. So they're in Philly. So I haven't
See
come
how
to the
much I pay
hotel,
attention.
dude. And they were like kind of like
And Walt said, "Hey,
fucking
Eklund,
with
what's
him. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he's like, "Nothing." What do you
No,
want to
they
know?
were like fucking with him.
And then did they punch each other?
No,
or-
nothing like that. I was like, okay, good to see you. And like, whatever. I think he went and bought a pair of shoes or something like next door or something.
That is
like
so
that.
fucking awesome. What's with your fucking stupid stories? Like,
Dude,
I mean,
I've
honestly,
got another one
And you like,
that-
if you want to talk about yourself, like, I get it, but you're talking about Eklund. No one knows who he is.
Oh, yeah, they do.
You bring him up,
Dude.
and then Walt didn't even do that much funny things to
gonna,
him.
You were going to look so dumb. You were going to look so
Good.
dumb.
I need to.
Because people know who he is. I don't know if they still go to the site or anything, you know, like or whatever, but they used to. So back before Twitter and all that, it was like kind of the go-to spot for rumors and stuff, like, you know, back in the day.
Waste of fucking time.
Okay, when you were
What a
probably
waste of
playing in England or something, you know.
No, it was in 2006, 7. I was like partying and doing my own thing. I'm not thinking like, oh God, no, girls, no. I'm listening. I'm going to read Andy's blog tonight. I got nothing with you guys.
Hey, you probably played with those guys though, who were like really into like the rumors and shit and following all that stuff. I'm sure there were some.
We never talked about it one time. One time. I mean, honestly, once. We're at sushi, like, never.
Sushi.
I mean, like,
All right,
hey, what do you think about them rumor? I don't know. Like, what are we doing tonight?
All right, you know the Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by CarShield. CarShield.com, baby. 800-857-2481. Tell them what you get with CarShield, Cam.
Well, you get whatever you want, and you get to pick it out. And if shit,
That is not it.
you get to pick out what you.
That's not it.
What do you mean?
Well, you pick what out? You act like you're like buying clothes or like, you know, a girl's buying a dress or
100%.
something.
You could pick out what kind of deal you want.
You
with them.
customize your package.
Yeah, and then you can pick out what place that you want to take your car when it gets fucked up, like mine. Like my fucking starter went out when everybody's like waving goodbye to me, and I'm like, this sucks. And I'm like, oh, take it to my buddy right up the road, and I'm like, okay, that's what we do. So you can pick out what you want. Mm-hmm. So fuck you.
No, that's
what I'm
not.
trying to
Well,
say.
I mean, what basically you customize your package. You want it long term, you can have it long
Pick out
term.
what
You want
want.
it short
Pick
term,
out
you
what
can
want.
have it.
And you can
short
pick out
term.
whatever. You can pick out the mechanic you want.
Yeah,
Could be your buddy.
exactly. And they give you a rental car and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
So
really,
I was completely right on what I said.
I don't know.
So you're echoing stupid story. Now you're pissed.
Hockey
so now you're
buzz.
trying to get back at me by like chirping me on CarShield.
Hockey
like,
Buzz. You ever went to hockeybuzz.com?
Not really. Andy. I mean,
I bet.
Not
I feel
really.
like you're the guy that would go there now. Like
My
you're-
buddies might have done it.
oh, for sure, dude. Everyone here has like heard of it.
They're like, Andy talked about you again. I'm like, who's she? And they're like, don't worry about it.
800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. That is embarrassing.
It sometimes is.
And you'll save 10% though.
I embarrass myself sometimes.
I know,
Big
I know you
time.
do.
It's so
I know you
bad.
do.
It's not good. I get so, God, especially when we're all the guys or something, or I ask a stupid
Are
question.
you ever going to skate again, or are you just done
Oh,
skating?
I don't know.
Dude, are you?
It's not
Have you
good.
retired?
They're not happy with me.
What's your problem?
I got puppies and shit, man.
Okay, so
I jog now.
you're one of those guys.
Well, it's just like
He's one of those guys who thinks that like having dogs
Yeah,
is
right now
like
it's
is like having kids.
It's not easy. And
You know the
what?
difference between having kids and having dogs?
Exactly, and I'm not having kids. So here's the deal.
You can do a lot of things in front of your dog that you
like,
can't
all
do in
you-
front of
all
your
you guys
kids,
that,
dude.
like,
I'm just telling you
show
right
me
now.
your kids,
You
and
can
I'm
do a
like,
lot in front of your
Oh,
dog.
yeah,
You
no,
can't
no,
do
no,
in front
no.
of your kids.
Fuck, my dogs, I could put them in a fucking cage and they're done. But the kids are like, Cam, look at my kid. Look what my kid's doing, Cam. It's so cool. I'm like, oh yeah, he's sitting
You're
there.
one of those like where you're having a good time,
He's
you're
sitting-
out, and you're like,
he's
oh my
sitting-
god, I gotta go let the dog out.
Yeah,
yeah,
nah, they
yeah. Mm-hmm.
can chill for a bit. No, they're spoiled. But it's like, no, but you're one of the guys like, look at my kid, my kid. I'm like, what's he doing? He's standing there. Look at him though. He's standing. I'm like, I know he's standing.
If you don't like your dog after a year, you can just give him away and be like, okay, we'll get another one. You can't do that with a kid. Like, there's a big difference.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
Sure, you can.
Like, okay, we'll just give him away. We'll get a new one.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Put him up for adoption, but I can't handle it.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. But that's why I'm responsible. I like how people chirp me for not having
you
kids.
act like you have kids when you have dogs. It's not the same thing.
No, all y'all listen up.
Yeah.
You guys chirp me for not having kids. And I'm like, bitch, I didn't have kids. I don't have fucking kids with different girls. I don't have fucking kids scattered everywhere. I'm not paying for anything. I don't have anything. I have 2 fucking dogs. And I waited till I was 33 years old to get married.
A dog?
To get married. Like, I did it kind of right. And Kate and I chill. So go fuck yourself. And all y'all like, look at my kid. And I'm like, I love kids and I'm really good with them. I'm better with the kids than I do that. I like them. Does that make sense? Like, I know how to act around them.
Your dog's not a kid. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Fuck the dogs. They're locked up right now and they're going to go for like a 3-mile walk. Well, yeah.
Why you lock them up?
Oh, they have a fantasy life. They have the I'm going to walk them 3 miles. They can chase a cat around all goddamn day. They have a whole section of the house.
Do you keep them on a leash when you walk them?
Oh, goddamn right.
You do?
They're fucking 6 months old.
When I had my white German Shepherd, I never walked her with a leash.
Yeah, because she was disciplined. Mine aren't right now. They're not. They're puppies.
And
that's sick.
Have I told you about Blay? Also,
was he sniffing ass?
Well, he was sniffing in.
Is he banging?
He was sniffing in the neighbor's garden yesterday.
Good for him.
Okay, all over like the radishes and the okra.
Tell him to snag some.
He's bringing back a bushel of carrots.
Good, man. I'm frying this up because that's what you fucking cook. Here's my meat selection. But carrots.
Like I need a dog that I just let out and he just follows me around the yard. That's what I need.
I know.
And I used to have that, and like now he is that guy. But then my kids they think he's gonna like run away, so they chase him, and now he takes off.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that. You gotta have a big backyard.
I'm not having that.
Fuck off.
Blay knows.
You have a backyard that's fenced. I don't. Mm-hmm. I have golfers golfing in my backyard.
Do you know I got a endorsement deal for dog food? By the way, I got free dog food. It's called Freely, and we'll talk about
Doggy
that.
Fresh.
Is it?
Yeah, it's badass.
Like Dougie Fresh?
Yes, Doggy Fresh.
Mine's Freely.
I gotta urinate like a racehorse. I don't know if that means anything. Can we get going here?
Yeah, Bellman.com, baby. You need a new car. That's the only place to call. You call my boy Dan Bellman.
Everybody knows. Oh, I want that 350 diesel.
I know you do.
It's not a dually anymore.
Well, thank God.
I want the 350.
I told you
I
was
want the
around.
Duramax. No, I'm serious.
I've been on more boats than you over the course of the last 12 months.
You're embarrassing.
Like, lots more boats.
You're embarrassing. You have people drive you. Don't be stupid.
I have a Chris Craft, dude. And listen, and I don't see one dually pulling a Chris Craft anywhere.
You don't need a dually.
No, you don't.
You don't. But it's kind of shit kicking to have one because of Yellowstone and shit like that. But you get 350 fucking. You have a 250 diesel and you can put a 40-foot boat. You have motherfuckers drive you around on a boat. Shut the fuck up.
So at Bellman, you can get anything.
Don't make me get pissed.
You can get any truck you're looking for. They got the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. I mean, look at all the pickups you can get, Cam. You just check it out.
Badass
the Cadillac,
pickups.
the Buick, the GMC. Does the Escalade still make the pickup truck?
No.
They used to.
I don't care about that.
Well, they used to back in the day.
I want Dodge. I want GMC. Mm-hmm. I like it, man.
Yeah.
They got good fucking diesels.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to go up to Yellowstone.
I get that Yukon, baby.
I get that Yukon, too.
And the GMC trucks, those Denali trucks.
They're fucking
I know.
Awesome.
They're pretty sick on the
Andy,
inside. I would do a 4-door truck.
Yes. A bad
But no gun rack. I'm
Andy, don't put a gun rack in your car.
I'm anti-gun unless I'm in an area where grizzlies live. I need one.
All you Canadian boys, listen to what he does.
Dude, Richard Sherman got sprayed with bear spray. What's the difference between that, and mace? Is bear spray stronger than mace?
I'll eat the fuck out of that bear spray.
What would you do if Richard Sherman was banging on your door? You'd probably be scared too.
I'll bag his ass up. Oh, actually, I make him hit me, and I'm like, whoa.
Do you think you could handle him
in a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Really?
I don't know. Does he do karate? I mean, I don't fucking know. Is he a jiu-jitsu motherfucker?
Well, he might. He's got those long legs and stuff. He's got long arms, Go back to when he was in the compound.
I felt bad for him, to be honest with you. The video that came out.
Oh, God.
Haven't we all done that, though?
How does that? Well, I've never done that.
Haven't we all slammed the door like that? No, no, we haven't.
How does that get released? Is that legal?
I don't know.
Who got a hold of that and released that?
The parents.
Really?
Andy had to urinate like that.
Okay. All right. Well, Bellman.com. They'll buy your rental car, too, or your used car. So if you have a car sitting in your garage and you're like, what do I do? They will buy it from you.
Kate and I are doing this.
Best customer service you'll find anywhere. Bellman.com. Check out all the new selection. Still have plenty of time to take advantage of these incredible deals that are taking place over the course of the summer.
I need to talk to Big D.
Yeah, well,
Big D, Kate and I both do new vehicles.
Okay, well, let's make that happen. Let's talk about that.
350 motherfucker.
Okay.
And she wants that Jeep Grand Cherokee shed kicker.
Oh, we'll talk about that too. Okay, we'll make that
I got pissed.
Bellman.com.
Holy fuck.
So call my buddy Dan Bellman today and just checking him out. Yeah, check out all the selection. Used car, new car, all the inventory. And, of course, Daredevil Hockey Camp. I would imagine a lot of these pictures are getting sent to you. I mean, are they wearing the Daredevil hockey? Do they not know about
These motherfuckers ain't wearing that.
No?
They got green laces.
Oh, God.
And
they wear the shorts and the T-shirts around the ice,
green
practicing
laces.
their
They wear
crossovers.
blue socks. They wear laces for fucking skate, then for tape, and then they have a different colored pants, and they got different this, and they.
What about the guy that practices his hockey stop? He just goes like 5,000 miles an hour, and then he tries to stop. Dude, someone's going to run over Ty.
Then they walk out there. They walk out there with their skate guards on. They blow a tire, and you're like, Jesus,
it's not going to be
good.
good.
You're on the blue team.
It's not going to be good. Hey, check out these incredible Kevlar fabric overlays. Man, protects all the vulnerable areas. Say goodbye to the people. Say you'll see him after the interview.
I love you all. I love you.
We'll talk to him after the interview. And you listen. You got the all the protection you need for the upper body, the lower body, because skate lacerations are absolutely no joke, and you know that, man. It's the number one cause of emergency room visits for youth hockey players. Don't be a statistic. Make sure you're protected. Do it the right way with DaredevilHockey.com. You got a bunch of NHL players who are using this stuff, a bunch of junior players. Carlo Koliakovo, our boy over there in Toronto, personally endorses Daredevil Hockey, and a number of other people do as well. Check it out. Get Daredevil Hockey and do it today. Make sure you're protected. They take your protection to the next level. Mention the promo code CAM and Strick. Use all caps, and you're going to save 25%, baby. Doesn't get much better than that. Than our friends over at Daredevil Hockey. And, of course, we appreciate their support here on the Cam and Strick podcast. All right, a lot of stuff going on with Billy G. Billy Guerin, man. What a great player this guy was. Unbelievable player. And now he's excelling in the front office, man, as one of the top up-and-coming GMs in the NHL as well. So we appreciate him for giving us some time. Enjoy episode number 143 on the Cam and Strick podcast.
Hello.
What up?
Billy G.
What's going on?
Billy, what are you doing right now? Are you talking to GMs?
Yeah.
Are you golfing? Is your owner like
you chilled out?
Asking you what's going on? What are you doing?
I'm just hanging out. Just hanging out in my office. Not doing much of anything really. Just kind of twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah.
Hey, we just hit record
nothing.
and we just go and we just have conversation, Billy. This is all we do. Like, because I'm curious. Like when you're playing and you played over 1,200 games, like really good career, man. I mean, borderline Hall of Fame. So some would say you belong to the Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer. He's a USA Hockey Hall of Famer.
Mr. USA, baby.
Like, did you ever wonder what a GM like did? Or did you know like what a GM did back when you were playing?
I didn't know the I guess the scale. Like, you know guys make trades, they sign players and do that, but you don't know the you don't know the dealing with ownership, the hiring and firing of staff members and putting together amateur scouting staffs and pro scouts and now player development guys to run your minor league teams, all that. Like, it's just, there's a lot.
You got to find the right
just
guy.
don't know, you know how it is as a player. You worry about one thing, getting yourself ready. Getting yourself ready in the summertime, getting yourself ready to play a game. There's a team aspect, but like when it comes down to it, you have to worry about your game. And now I have to worry about everybody's game. You know what I mean?
So how did you have to, you put in place who you want to be around you, to be kind of like have your team together? Like, how difficult was that process?
You know what? I'll tell you what, I lucked out. When I got here, there were three guys in place, Tom Curvers, Chris O'Hearn, and Matt Sells. And, you say you inherit these guys, and I inherited three all-stars. And they've just helped me. And recently I've added Randy Sexton and Ray Shiro as senior advisors, guys that I was with in Pittsburgh and I trust, and they're super smart and they've had GM jobs before. And then you got to make some difficult decisions on, on the amateur side of it. We had to let some guys go and rehire there. The pro side, we've actually left alone because I was really comfortable with it and I knew our whole staff. So, it can be hard because of, letting people go, but you have to have your own guys. You have to have guys that, you could trust. And that doesn't mean that you've known them forever or anything. I like with, TK and Chris and Matt, I had an instant connection and I trusted them right away, and it just kept getting better and better. So they stayed.
Okay. So people may not know this about you though, because you played for so long, Billy, but you put the work in though too. Like you've grinded it in your post career to get to where you are today. You didn't just use the back of your hockey card to get you a GM job. Like you had to grind it out. Like, was there ever a time where you said, man, maybe this isn't for me? Like you made enough money, you could basically do whatever you want, or have you maintained that level of enthusiasm to do whatever job you've been handed?
No, I honestly, I love my job. I'm psyched every day that I get to do this. It's such a, it is a privilege. I mean, I know, but I worked hard. I did what I felt was the right path for me. And I didn't want to, like you said, get a job because of my hockey card. You know what? No, I put in the time. I did the player development stuff. I did the scouting. I traveled. I went to, all these places that I had heard of but never been to. I wanted to earn the respect of our scouts. And I didn't want them to just see this, former player that here's another guy taking a shortcut. No, I wanted them to respect my work, as a player development guy / scout / teammate of theirs, not just have them respect my playing career because, that was important to me. And then, I just felt like it was a good foundation for me too, because I said, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it right. And for me, this is the right path. Maybe not everybody, but for me, this was the right path. Because when I'm sitting in this chair, I want to stay.
Yeah.
I want it to be a long, I want it to be a long stretch. I don't want to just be a flash in the pan and then never heard from again.
I know that's Cam. Cam had the same philosophy when he was playing, Billy. He didn't want to be a flash in the pan.
Well, I used my hockey card, and I'm stuck in doing a podcast with fucking Andy right now. So there you go. You made the right choice.
Your hockey card got you in all the bars in
St.
Louis.
Yeah, it did.
I know.
Still
Billy,
does.
but you ever tell a kid to Google you? Or YouTube you,
that's pretty.
Well,
brazen.
they're so young now; they have to Google me to know who the hell I am.
I know. I told another former player today that we were having you on, and I was like, "Did you ever play for a GM that had a hockey career?" He's like, like a real good hockey career. He's like, "No, not really." So I mean, so there's something to be said for that. Like you're always a player. I talked to Craig Berube about that. Like you're always going to have you're always a player at the end of the day. Like how do you transition into not being a player? Like when you're around the boys and whatever, Billy. Yeah. Like can you always be one of the guys? Like how do you separate that?
You know what? For me, it was just look at you know me. Like I'm a friendly guy. I like getting along with everybody and I like to have fun. But I think. Early on, the guys knew that I was like that, but there's also a serious side to me. I'm going to do what I have to do. When I'm around, I don't want anybody being uptight. I want the guys to be the guys and be who you are. And, laugh and, joke around because that's what you're supposed to do when you're an NHL player. But you know what? Then I'll do the same thing, but there's a time to you got to do your job. And you know what, if I have to make a difficult decision with players or have a serious conversation with them, they know. But I guess the advantage of having played is that you're never not a player. You can talk to a player on the same level, it's the same way, because I've sat in their chair, and you don't change that much. You know what I mean? If you really want to, you got to I can't change who I am. It's just who I am. And I don't, I had a couple people be like, oh, you got to be a little more serious here, a little more. I'm like, you know what? No, I really don't. No, because you know what? If I tried to be like, Mr.
Lou,
Mr. Serious all the time, like people would see right through me. They'd be like, this guy's full of shit.
Yeah, and you know what? You've been through everything. You've been through everything too. So you're like, okay, what are we discussing here? Well, I got bought out. Oh, I got traded. Oh, I got this. So it's like it's easier conversation for you because you've actually been through it all. But are you the type? And Andy and I've seen this, and I've seen it with Lou, bringing up Lou and Dougie Armstrong and stuff like that, where there's comes a point where as a GM, you need to walk down to that damn locker room, kick the doors open, and kind of set a blaze to the damn locker room and let the guys know that you are upset. Not just the coaching staff, but now you have to come down. Has that happened before?
I haven't addressed the team like that yet. There were a couple times this year where I was thinking about it and I was going to, and then I just kind of slept on it. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Just let it go. I have put, I guess in like when I address a team before training camp, I try to set the tone, and just make sure guys understand the expectations and what we're doing, and that if they're not on board, that they'll be out. And, I try to be really upfront with them, but, hey, look, you talk about being there. I've been in that locker room when Lou comes down and sets the world ablaze, and he catches your attention. Yeah. And it's funny that you brought up both Army and Lou, because, Lou traded me and Army bought me out.
I know. That's hilarious. I was going to bring that up.
I'm really close to both of them today. They're the best guys. Like they're two guys that I lean on a lot for advice and stuff. So they're fantastic.
They're so professional. They're in like full control over their situation. Yeah. Like there's no like second guessing like who's in charge. But since you brought that up, I'll bring it up right now. So like you held out, and we've had a number of guys on here who actually had contract issues with Lou. Like, it's always interesting to hear those stories. But you did it in Edmonton, too. You got bought out by Army. Like, I'll never forget that before you came to St. Louis. So now you're in the same situation. Like, you're buying out your own players. Like, you got guys who are in contract disputes. Like, you're on the other side. Like, what's that like for you now being in the other shoes?
It's great. Like, I know where they're coming from. I guess I understand more now where Lou was coming from or Army was coming from. It's not personal. It's business. You're doing what you feel is necessary for your hockey team. It's not personal at all. And you know what? Like, it's just something that you have to do. And you know what? I understand it from the player side too, because I did have two holdouts. Seems like I was a pain in the ass, I guess. I was doing what I thought was right. It seems like I was doing what was right for me. And so I had that experience, and I think it helps. But I also know, like, the player's not taking it, he's not getting personal with me. He's doing what he feels is right for him. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with one contract taking 3 days and one contract taking 3 or 4 months. It's okay. Like, we're all just doing what we feel is best. And in the end, if we can work out, a fair deal, then I've got no problem with any of it.
Okay,
I really don't.
Let me ask you this: like the buyout, when you got bought out, because even this situation, like whatever the speculation and all the rumors and stuff about like how your guys took it, players hanging up on you. Nobody hangs up on Billy, by the way.
No,
Let me just say that. You don't hang up on Billy G.
He might hang up on us, though.
But, like, when you get bought out, like when you got bought out by the Dallas Stars and Army calls you, like as a player who's been a good player, you got a lot of pride. Everyone has an ego. You've been an all-star player. You probably
USA,
fit the bill, like some of these guys played in the Olympics and all that. How does that rock your world when you get that phone call? How difficult is that as a player?
You know what? It is tough. It's tough. There's a sense of relief, because you finally, maybe it wasn't going that well, and you're just like, oh, okay, now I get to move on. There's a real shot to your ego, and then there's a real fire in your belly to get back to the top, get back to where and I think I needed it. Like when I got bought out, I think I needed that shot, like I maybe I'd gotten too big for my britches or whatever. And you know what, I rededicated myself that summer more than ever. I pretty much quit drinking. I didn't say quit. I pretty much quit drinking.
What does that mean?
Like only on Saturdays. But like I readjusted my entire diet. I think I may have missed 2 workouts all summer. Like my body fat went, I cut my body fat in half, and I had, I signed in St. Louis, and I had a very good year, and I got myself back on the map. But like, there are a lot of different emotions in it, and it's not easy.
Well, I think a lot of fans are curious about that, man, and I get it in a different kind of way, on a less scale, of course. But for you, you've been through everything. You've won. You got money. Like, explain how you can kind of let yourself go. You have a family or whatever the case is, and you're just like, you get content with life and hockey. And then all of a sudden you put on a little bit of weight and you're like, I've done it all. So like sometimes you need to get smacked in the face to kind of readjust your program and be like, nope, I got to do extra stuff now. So like, explain that as a player.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like you get complacent, you get comfortable. And I think as an athlete, that's like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what? Money starts rolling in. You got a comfortable seat in the lineup, and you're in the league and things are good. But like then you get complacent. You have a bad year, and then you're like, oh my god, like now I'm getting bought out. Then I can't get a contract. You're like, what the heck's going on here? So that slap in the face to me was good. I actually think it probably bought me a couple extra years in the league, because the readjustment I had to do to myself. And, like if you got a long-term deal, you're like, maybe this summer is a little crazier, but I got a bunch of buddies getting married and going to weddings every weekend, or, I'm going to take a trip and do this. Next thing you know, you're up 4% body fat, and you're not ready for camp. You have a bad camp, you have a bad start, and you can get in a tailspin. So it depends how you take those things. If you get traded or bought out or whatever, you have to use it as fuel.
Yeah, and you came back and scored 36 goals that year. And the Blues got a first-round pick in the San Jose trade, who they drafted David Perron with, who's played here like 25 times and helped the Blues win a cup. So obviously a great trade, and you went on to New York, you extended your career, and then won another Stanley Cup in Pittsburgh. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. All right, I want to go back, though, when your first holdout with Lou, because all the Olympic stuff was going on. Remember Holly came out and like Brian Leach, they were like, we're going to boycott. We're not playing for the Olympics unless Billie G's on the team. Like that had to make you feel good, number one. But were you like legitimately concerned that like you're holding out with Jersey and lose the GM of Team USA? Like were you thinking that he was going to leave you off the roster?
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. And
he would have had to. I wasn't playing. How are you going to take a guy that's not playing? And by the way, Holly saying that was like, because, we were still reading papers back then. So the paper came out and everybody's like, did you see what Brett Hall said? I was like, oh my God.
That's Holly, by the way.
And then it is totally. But then knowing Lou too, like, yeah, that's not happening, Brett. Like he would not have been able to take me. And we talked about it. Like, he's like, I wouldn't be able to take you. And I understood.
Is that why you signed when you did? Like, were you like, all right,
no,
I gotta get back?
I think I had pushed it I had pushed it long enough, and you know what? I think sometimes you think that, oh no, he'll give me a little more, and then it's just like, well, what's a little more worth? You know, I feel like I got to where I was comfortable and waited a little while longer, and you know, he'd drawn the line in the sand. It's just like, all right, do I want to play or what? So let's sign this thing and get going.
What's it like when you're not playing and you're just hanging out by yourself? You're skating on your own while the season is going on.
It's a blast, Andy.
It's awful. It is. It's awful.
Who'd you skate with?
It's terrible.
Vasilani there?
Yeah, Vass. No, Vass just had me doing bench press the whole time.
He hasn't. Yeah, that was the old Vass.
No legs. No leg day.
No leg day.
No, I was skating with a guy named Danny Green. He's scouting actually scouts for Dallas. Good guy. And yeah, it was awful. It was just boring. Where the hell was I skating? Out in Bridgewater, New Jersey or something. And then I went to the program. The U.S. program there was brand new. And I went out there a couple times and skated there. And yeah, it just wasn't fun. You know, it was, you want to be, I mean, you want to be with the team. You want to be, you know, signed and playing against the Philadelphia Flyers instead of skating in a cold, dark rink early in the morning by yourself.
Yeah, and then the papers come out, everybody's bagging on you and stuff like that. And I don't know, you can't be around a team, or you can, but it's awkward. Ugh, it's a bad situation.
Yeah, it is not a good situation. So, and then, you know, as you guys know, as you get older, you look back on stuff and you're just like, oh my God, I missed. How many games did I miss? How many goals did I miss because of those games or whatever? It just wasn't worth it, you know? And, you know, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
So that's how you look at it. If you had to do it over again, you wouldn't hold out.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but maybe not twice. I'd have to pick one. But yeah, and I mean, the same thing with Edmonton. It's like, you know, I had two of the, you know, toughest, most shrewd GMs to deal with, and Lou and Slats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was Glenn. It was then, and you know, same thing. It just got to a time where they're just like, all right, that's it. This is what you're getting. If you don't want to play, don't play.
All right, let me ask you this, because like you had close friends on both teams. Like, are they calling you, or are they like, Billy, like, what the fuck? Like, come in.
Like, let's go.
What are you doing? Like, we need you to come. Although Jersey was like winning like every single night when you were out. they just kept winning. They kept winning.
It's usually the case.
But are your teammates calling you, being like, let's go, get back in here?
No. They I think everybody understands kind of, you know, you have your own personal situation going on within the team, and you're doing what you feel is right for you. And it's, I think more than anything, they support you. And you know, and honestly, it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. Like you're, you know, and there weren't really cell phones back then either. So we weren't as easily connected.
Right.
But like, they got their own stuff going on too. They're playing. Like, they got to worry about playing games and winning and all that stuff. And my stuff will take care of itself.
God, how good were you guys in 95 though? And what was your mindset going into that powerhouse Detroit team? Fedorov is doing his thing. The Russians are getting a bunch of attention, and you guys kind of go in there and just basically just kick their ass. I mean, were you expecting that? I mean, they were an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, you know what? We were really good. We were an awesome team. Like, we had everything, because like everybody says, oh no, they didn't have any superstars or anything like that. I mean, we had a bunch of guys that, like, Stefan Richer was a 2-time 50 goal scorer.
Yeah.
You know, Pepe Lemieux had scored 40 goals. Neil Broughton was an unbelievable player.
Yeah.
We had 2 Hall of Fame defensemen and a Hall of Fame goalie. Like, we had stars. Like,
Billy, that's how you build a championship team. See, now you know that. You better get 2 Hall of Fame defensemen and a Hall of Fame goalie.
Get a Scotty Stevens.
Pluck one off the Hall of Fame tree.
And Stevens was rocking guys too, and he hit that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like we were, you know what? We were big. We could skate. We were tough. We had skill, and we had discipline. Like we played our style to a T, and nobody could beat it. We were so good. We were, and I think that Detroit team was. I mean, they were unbelievable. They were stacked, but I think it was kind of like we were talking about like with the with buyouts and trades or whatever, the smack in the face. Like I think that was kind of like their smack in the face. If you ever watch that the movie The Russian Five or read the book or whatever, it was kind of their wake up call. Like they were missing something there, but then they went on a tear and they were just unbelievable. And I love talking to Kenny Holland about those teams and just everything that they were going through and the transformation and putting all the Russian guys together. And, it was just, but we were a very good team. And, we probably could have, we probably could have won more. They did. I just wasn't there.
You would have won.
Well, you didn't make the playoffs the next year.
No, we didn't. I think, you know what, we won so late, and then we had to start again so early that we were still exhausted from the grind.
Yeah,
and it was we lost the last game of the season to Ottawa, and missed the playoffs.
Billy,
to Ottawa.
When you guys win the World Cup, which was just crazy, you and Canada just trying to kill each other. We've had so many people on who played on both sides. Just they need a documentary on that last game. Oh. Just craziness. But did you and Lou have a moment after you guys won? Were you guys able to have a little hug and an embrace and whatever? Even though you were playing it, because you were already in Edmonton at the time, right? Or no?
No, I was still in Jersey.
You're still in Jersey. Okay.
I was still in Jersey. Yeah. No, it was honestly no, that didn't affect my relationship with Lou at all. We've been Lou doesn't he doesn't hold grudges and burn bridges and stuff like that. And I learned that young that you can't do that. And we've remained pretty close over the years.
Who had that back?
But that World Cup was, I always say that was the fastest, most skilled, dirtiest hockey I've ever been involved with.
My God, was just awesome.
It was just awesome.
Watch the highlights of that.
The highlights. I just can't believe some of the stuff you guys were doing to each other.
Who ran the show in that locker room? Who ran the show on the bus? Who took the guys out? Because you were still relatively young.
Yeah. We had a great team. I mean, we had a bunch of guys that were absolute beauties. It was there was no shortage of fun, and I mean, we were just all kind of young and just having fun, and the games we were just so amped up for, and we kind of knew that this was going to be our moment, and we had good camaraderie. So we were we were drinking beers together, at certain stops and things like that. But then we had our training camp in Providence, and we'd all go out for beers and stuff like that. And it got us closer together right away. And it just translated onto the ice. We were a very close team, but we had some laughs. You got Chelly on the team, you got Keith Kachuk and Dougie Waite and Hully, and all these guys are just big personality guys and funny, and it was great. It was an awesome group, and I there's still a connection to all those guys that you see through the years. It's great. Like Brian Leach. Brian Leach is an awesome guy, and Mike Richter. I can't say there was one bad guy. We all got along great.
Hatcher.
Big D.
Oh, Hatch. Yeah, Hatch.
Big D Hatch.
You tried keeping up with Hatch,
between games.
It's a losing battle.
Hey, but you're so connected with all those guys you just mentioned, all you guys. Really just kind of the coming out party for USA Hockey, even though you had 1980 and all that. But then you guys all came up together, played in so many international competitions. How well did you and Dougie and Walt, Roenick, all these guys, Madonna, did you guys all know each other coming up, like growing up, or like when did you guys all become friends?
Well, I knew JR back in high school. Cause like playing in like the hockey night in Boston and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I played against JR when we were like 10 also. But then like I knew like Tony Amonte, me and Walt, well, I played with Tommy Fitz's brother, Scotty Fitz, and they were cousins with Walt. So I got to know Walt when he was at BU and I was at BC. Dougie and I met in like those USA hockey camps,
Mm-hmm.
In the late 80s or whatever. And then we got really close in the World Cup. And then I got traded to Edmonton and we got even tighter. But I mean, we didn't always just know each other, but like we've all remained really close, and for me, especially like with Dougie and Keith, I'm really tight with those guys. Me and Mike Madonna on my World Junior team in Alaska Anchorage, that's when I met Mo for the first time. And so we've known each other since we were, 18 years old. But it was like Madonna, Ronick, Johnny LeClaire was on that team. Tony Amonte.
We've had all those guys on, man.
Every goddamn one of them on the fucking.
It's great.
Hanging out with Modo though, him and that blonde flowing hair. I mean, were people just like looking at him like, God, like you play hockey too, and you're that good looking? I mean, he get a lot of attention.
He was like perfect for the cover of like Teen Bop magazine or something like that. And then he was a sick hockey player, and like his jersey always looked like it was like a cape.
I know.
I swear he put like extra 4 inches on the back, but he was playing on a line. It was usually me, him, and Kachuk on a line for quite some time, and it was just Mike was just so good, like. He was just unbelievable.
I tell the story all the time. He was like a rookie. He was like 18. I was probably like 15, and he was doing a autograph signing at like a memorabilia shop like down the street. And my girlfriend and I went there, and he literally like asked her if she wanted tickets to the game the next night.
And what'd you do? Nothing.
I was like, I'll go too.
Hi, can I hang out with you two, please? Thank you.
That'd be great. The three of us. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Well, he was close to the same age.
You just gotta let it happen, baby.
I know.
I'll
let that go.
You just gotta let it go.
I get to hang out with Madonna. I'm good with it.
Watch him do his thing.
Time to talk a little bit about Daredevil hockey, the ultimate in performance plus protection. Daredevil is a lightweight compression-based layer designed with Kevlar cut-resistant fabric overlays that protects all the vulnerable areas of the upper and lower body from skate lacerations. Get yours now. www.daredevilhockey.com. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. You'll save 25%. Now back to the interview.
Let's go. But yeah, man, God, you've played for so long, like even with your cup. So like getting back to Pittsburgh and being that Wiley veteran, and you got Sid the Kid, and they got the team to do it, and like you just fit in perfectly there. Like explain that, being the older guy. Like I'm sure you took care of the guys and shit like that. Just explain your mindset hanging out with all those young superstars.
It was unbelievable. Like, and everybody says like, that I did a lot for the team, being kind of that Wiley veteran guy. Those guys did so much for me. Like they just, they just gave me that shot of energy that I needed at, 37 years old or whatever. And just, and then my role had changed. I'm like, you know what, now you're a role player. You're a support staff for these guys. You have to help these youngsters with like more like, emotional stuff or situational stuff, then they know how to play. I'm telling myself, like, these guys are way better than you. Just help them with the other stuff. So, but it was the shot in the arm that I needed. Like I loved it. And I honest to God, I could do that job of the older veteran player with these young guys around you. I wish I could have done that for 5 more years. It was so much fun. And they were just a blast to watch and be around, and they're a special group. That 09 team, we were a pretty close group of guys too. And I had some unbelievable guys helping me out too, like Rob Scuderi and Hal Gill, Craig Adams. like Mark Eaton, Bill Boucher. Like we had some good dudes on that team, and it was great. Like it was just a perfect fit. It was a perfect fit.
It really was. And first of all, you could still play too. I think teams are always looking like for that. A veteran guy who can still play and like fit in and whatever, accept their role. But what did that do? Like, are we talking to you right now about being the GM of the Minnesota Wild if you don't get traded to Pittsburgh and then all of a sudden establish those relationships and then, climb the ladder inside that organization? Because we've had Jim Rutherford on, and I know Ray Shero, man. Like, they gave you an unbelievable opportunity to do what you're doing today.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. And I talk about this, like that trade. And, when Ray, and I've told Ray this too, like that trade changed my life. It changed my life. And he took a chance on me because, and I know who these guys are because I worked with them. They were all no's on bringing me in. And then Ray said, no, I'm going with my gut and I'm bringing this guy in. So he brought me in, and it literally changed my life. You know what? We win the Cup in 2009. I play one more year, and then I transfer into on the management side, and it's Ray Shero telling me that the first thing he ever told me was, "Hey, look, I don't, the thing that scares me the most is a former player that wants a paycheck, a title, and an office, and doesn't want to work hard." And I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go." So that was great. And then that transforms into, being an AGM with Jim Rutherford, which then we win back-to-back cups. And then, it just keeps going. And like, even the acceptance of the city of Pittsburgh and like for me and my family, it was like instant, like just, we loved it there. It was awesome. So that trade, really did change my life. That's how I look at it. And if it doesn't happen, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I would hope to think that I wasn't one of these old, bitter, retired guys or anything like that. I stink at golf, so I don't stink at golf, but I'm not
Thank
good
God.
enough to play every day.
Can we hang out?
We were going to invite you to come play with us.
Yeah, you're hanging out with me.
Yeah, I'll play with you guys for sure. But I couldn't do that. So everything just worked out really well. So that one trade to Pittsburgh at the deadline, kind of not mapped out, but it for the next 10 years, I was with the Penguins. Mm-hmm. And it really did tee me up for this job.
So when you were playing and you were the older guy, everybody loved you. You had to do your job, different kind of job, and you had this Crosby who's just taking a beating in playoffs, hasn't won yet. Like, did you ever have to sit him down and be like, okay, like, chill out, kid. Like, he's doing too much or something that you yourself had to talk to him, sit him down and really, like, kind of lead him in a different kind of way because he's all over the place.
The biggest thing I think with my relationship with Sid early on, it was that he was young and emotional. I could kind of help calm him down in the middle of a game, like when he was, maybe flipping out on the refs or something like that. I could take a little bit of that. No, I could take a little bit of that pressure off of him. Yeah. And, I was confident enough. I had been around long enough. I was old enough. I had played on other teams that I could speak to him maybe more honest than other people had at that point in time. And he was receptive. And it was, we were pretty close, and we still are to this day. He's such a good guy, and he's become such an unbelievable leader. And, but like back in those days, I was just trying to support him. Like that was it. Playing wise, I didn't really get it, like, because he'd want the puck in certain areas, and I'd be like, no, I can't give it to you there. You get killed. He goes, just throw it at my feet. I'm like, what do you mean throw it at your feet? Well, just throw it at my feet. I'll pick it up and I'll protect myself. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. He goes, yeah, I can. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I had to readjust my thinking because, like, we don't think like that because we can't do that. So he can think like that because he could do that. And so I had to start, doing things. And he always just wanted the puck. So it was just like, me and Cooney were like, let's just get him the puck and just kind of back away. Like, let him do his thing. And he's the best player I ever played with. Vic. He was absolutely incredible.
Okay, so I was going to ask you.
You should play for Andy then, because he throws in your feet all the time.
Right, they don't even ask you.
I broke my fucking AC joint out the other day because Andy threw it in my goddamn feet, tripped over.
Hey, but Billy, like I was going to ask you about that but you played against. I mean, think about the era you played in. Whatever. I know, like, yeah, I could see why he's the best player you ever played with. Although you played with some great players too. But like you go back, like you played against Gretzky and all these guys. Like where is Sid? Like what separates him from? I mean, the Hall of Famers you played with and against, like in your era, which is one of the greatest eras in the history of the game.
I don't know. I just see his focus. I see his drive. I see the things that he does on a night in, night out basis. Like when I was done and starting to scout games and watch hockey, you know, you'd watch Penguin games and then you'd go watch another NHL game, and it was kind of like a little boring. You're like, okay, when's somebody going to do something ridiculous?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's the guy that would just bring you out of your seat. He's the guy that would do something that, kind of McDavid's doing stuff like that now, but like, he was the guy that was doing that. And it was so special. Like playing with him too, like you had to expect the unexpected, because he was going to try something or do something that nobody else could even think of doing. So you had to be ready. He was just incredible. Like, in his work ethic too was a joke. Yeah. You know how it is, Cam. You can get through, when you're an older guy, you can navigate yourself through a practice. You can push it a little. You can manage your effort level and get through and stuff like that. And he'd be over. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, I don't know, just getting through practice, whatever. He's like, "Come on, we gotta go. We gotta push it. We gotta." I'm like, "Okay, here we go." and he made me better. He made me better in my late 30s.
Yeah,
Billy, your former teammates tell me you were an absolute drill buster, by the way. They said, ask him if he ever went first.
I like him even
in
more.
A drill. You would never go first, would you?
No, never went first.
Nope.
So my thing was, some ADD, and I would look at the board. The coach would be explaining the drill, and I'd be staring at the board, but then my mind would drift, and I'd looking at the board the whole time, and we'd break out and break away from the board and go start getting in lines, and I'd just find somebody and say, "What are we doing?" Would just blank out. But then, it's especially in St. Louis, they were calling me Drill Kill Bill. And I was not, and Andy Murray was our coach there for a short time that I was there. And Andy was famous for lengthy drills. It wasn't just like a quick 2-on-1 from the far blue line in. It was, there were 3 or 4, check marks and, or points that you had to get through to go through the drill. And that just lost me. I was just like done. I would screw it up, and Andy would be like, just get to the back of the line. I tried.
Yeah, but you're you. Yeah. You could do that. I'd be watching the board. I'm like, God, is that girl going to text me tonight? Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? I was the worst at that.
Billy, one of my like memories that stands out about you, though, like I forgot who you were playing for, but you came into St. Louis. It might have been Jersey. No, it wasn't Jersey, but it was after that. But you came in, and you got into it with a pronger or something. Uh-oh. And after the game, like your face was like, you had gauze like coming out of your mouth. Like your mouth was so cut up, and you were like, "Look at my face. He's the dirtiest player in the league. He's the dirtiest."
Oh, you know what happened?
What happened?
No, I was with Boston. And I was so mad just because there wasn't a penalty on the play. I got a stick right in my eye.
Oh my God!
And I was pissed.
Yeah, you were.
And you know what? It was just, I was not happy.
When did you learn how to fight, though, man? You're a college boy, and you throw heat, both right and left heat. And Don, I remember watching Rock'em Sock'em back.
What do they call it? Cruiserweight?
And we got the cruiserweights up, Billy Guerin. I love it. When did you learn how to fight, man? You're just a tough fucking kid.
I actually learned how to fight in the NHL. Like I didn't have. I mean, I was a college guy. We didn't fight, and I had a couple when I played in the minors, but I had guys teach me how to fight. Like when I got to Utica, we had guys like Brent Severn, Billy Hewer, Jamie Huscroft on our team. And I was just like, hey, look, this is going to have to become part of my game. So you need to teach me. So when I was in the minors, those guys taught me. And then when I got to Jersey, guys like Randy McKay and Kenny Danico, they taught me. They taught how to defend yourself, how to grab a guy's jersey, how to square off, or what to do. It's different for college guys because guys playing junior are playing that atmosphere from 16 years old.
Yep.
So they know that game. They know who's a phony and who isn't. They know who's really tough and who isn't, who will fight and who won't.
Who can
and
hurt you?
Who can hurt you. And, and I had to learn that in the NHL, but I was willing. I wanted that to be part of my game because that's a style I liked. I mean, I grew up a Bruins fan. I loved Cam Neely, loved Terry O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Like it was, so I wanted that to be, in my bag.
Okay, so like, how do you look at today's player though? Because there's not too many guys that do that. Like, but do you like to have some toughness on your roster? How important is that to you?
I mean, I still think there is that element. It's not like it used to be, but you know what? I always try to caution myself on like being too hard on the game now. Like, oh, they don't do this, because you know what? The guys that played in the 70s, they thought we were a bunch of babies too.
Right,
like,
right.
It was the stuff that went on in the 70s. Like those were the real men back then. My God.
Oh my God. The kids when they watch like a 90s hockey right now, they can't even believe like what they're watching.
Yeah, that's why they.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
It's crazy.
Like I honestly, like I think it's good. I think it's good. I think the game's in a really good place. I think there's a good mix of it. I think, it's still nice to see the odd scrap, but you know what? I think the game's in a really good place in regards to that. And, guys just, they know each other now. They all know each other in a different way now. It's smaller world. They don't have to do it. But there is still that small element of it. I'm okay with where it's at.
Yeah, the fighting thing, it is what it is. But isn't there that Western League shit kicking farm boy that's got good hands, that's an athlete, that can go up and doesn't need to fight, but no one's messing with him? Like, there's got to be some of those guys around that, it's not like embedded into their soul like it was back in the day where you're fighting 45 times a year, but you can go out there and be so, and I hate to use the term bully factor, but we've seen that work if you know how to get away with it, where you could bully your way in front of the net and somebody looks at you and we see Tom Wilson do it all the time. Is there another Tom Wilson cruising around in the Dub or the Q that you could draft? I mean, there's not many of them.
No, there's not many of them, but there are guys out there. There are kids out there that are still willing to do it. I mean, and if that comes with being a good player, that's just a bonus. Yeah. And the kid will be, that kid he'll do fine, And you even look at like Josh Anderson. Like Josh Anderson's a kid right now who's, I thought he was awesome this year, and he came about and. Like he can handle himself. He can do that. I like seeing those guys. We have Marcus Foligno. Mm-hmm. Marcus Foligno, who's what he's awesome. He's huge for our team. And like I like having that element on my team. And and because he's for Marcus is an effective player too. Like he can do it all. And guys like Anderson, guys like Wilson, like they can play. So it's really good.
Cam and Strick podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Yeah. Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. Listen, I know you're going through like the whole contract thing with Kaprizov right now, but like, how did you get him to come over here? Like, what'd you do to convince him to come? Because the previous GMs weren't successful in doing it. So when you got your job or got the job, like how familiar were you with this kid and how much of a priority was it to you to get him over here in the NHL playing for Minnesota?
I was familiar with him. I'll be totally honest with you. I don't think it was anything that Chuck or Paul could have done. I think it was all on him and his decision to come over at a certain time. You know what? I went over and I visited with him. I sat down, we had dinner, and he's a great kid and all that stuff. But I think it was just him being comfortable, and he decided on. I don't think it was anything like real special that I did. But I'm glad he came over. He's pretty good.
Did you know how good he was? Like, were you like, listen, I hear how good he is. Maybe I've seen him play in an international but did you truly know like he was that good?
I knew he was really good. I really, it's kind of funny because leading up to his, arrival or his first games, and I would talk to the Minnesota press here and I'd be like, guys, I just really want to manage this kid's expectations, like the fans' expectations on it. And then in his first game, he scores the OT winner against LA. And I'm like, well, there goes that. Everybody's like, oh God, here we go. Jerseys are selling off the racks and all that stuff. But he's a very good player. Very exciting to watch. He's unique in the way like he skates, and that he's got that 10-2, but he seems to like pick up speed with like the 10-2s, and he's real good. We're lucky to have him.
All right, so how'd you handle this whole Seattle thing? Like, when do you start putting your mock protection lists, who you're going to make available? Like, take us behind the scenes with the GM. Like, how complicated was this, or was it not complicated at all?
No, you know what? I mean, after, we made 2 more spots available. It really wasn't that complicated. I mean, I think the thing is, I didn't want to try to outsmart myself, or our group here outsmart ourselves. Like, we are going to lose a player that we like. We're going to lose a player that we value, and there's nothing we can do about it. So if we start trying to, outsmart the system, we're going to hurt ourselves. So we've taken a very basic approach to it and just, we're going to do what we can do to protect our guys, and then, kind of let Seattle have their pick. And I say that now, we could get down to the wire and something that comes across with them that makes sense, and we could do it, but that hasn't happened yet. So we're pretty comfortable with where we are right now.
Something that always stands out to what you said, like, I don't know who it was, Jim Rutherford or somebody told you, like, always try to make a fair deal.
Yeah.
Don't try to win a trade. So let me ask you this. So like with this whole expansion thing, would you rather give away a good player for below market value, like get a deep draft pick, know somebody's taking advantage of you, or would you just rather lose them for nothing and not let that GM take advantage of you?
Well, the way I've thought about it is if I'm understanding the question correctly.
I know I'm confused as fuck.
If we trade away a guy to get like market value, we get something back, but we're still going to lose a player. So in essence, we've lost 2 players for that one asset coming back. So does that make sense? Is that worth it? So now we're down 2 guys. So there's and we've gone back and forth. This has been going on, all year. Like, what are we going to do? And it's coming down to the wire, and we're just going to have to let it play out. But yeah, that was the best bit of advice that I ever got from Jim was make a fair deal. Don't try to win trades. Don't try to win contracts. Just make fair deals. You'll always have a trade partner, and you'll always be able to work something out if you're being fair. I believe that. I do.
Okay. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, I'm just saying, to be fair though, like, so, even with some of the stingy deals that have been going on, like, are you going to look at a Lou or a Doug? Let's say the Ryan O'Reilly trade. Like, are they not going to do business with Doug because he certainly won that trade, didn't he?
Yeah, but at the time, I think everybody, they probably all thought it was fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they did it, and not all trades are going to work out. And I think media wise and fan wise, people will critique trades and things like that more than the GMs will.
Yeah,
what might seem fair or unfair to fans or media won't seem the same to GMs, because we'll get what we need. We'll do what we have to do. There could be other reasons that people don't see. So yeah, you can say teams won and lost, but in the end, I think for the most part, guys try to do fair deals.
Yeah, I don't think Doug Armstrong tried to. I mean, listen, he gave him a first-round pick, a guy who they had just drafted in the first round.
He gave him
Patrick Berglund. He gave him Vladimir Sorokin. Like a lot of players, right?
Yeah, Cam, that was the worst question in the interview.
It's fucking terrible.
I didn't go to school for this shit.
Can you guys edit that? I mean,
yes, we can, Billy. Yes,
I know you're using tape, so you could probably cut the tape.
We edit a lot of things.
We can edit that out. Hey, listen, I heard you talking about. And this is the last question about this. When you had to buy out Suter and Parise, like I was a little surprised, Billy. I don't see you. This is what I always tell people about you. Like you don't give a shit. Like you aren't afraid of conflict. You'll be honest. You'll tell people maybe what they don't want to hear, but like you're going to be upfront, and people are going to know where they're going to stand with you. So like that morning, you said you kind of had to psych yourself up to call those two players to tell them that they were going to be bought out. Like you weren't like nervous to tell them. Like explain what you meant by that.
No, I wasn't nervous to tell them. But you're going to impact these guys. You're going to deliver some bad news, and this is like my game now. Like this is, so you know what? I know I'm going to have to answer to the media. I know there's going to be that too. So it's for me, it's a game day, where I know this is going to kind of send a shockwave through the hockey world, and I've got to be ready for it. I've got to be prepared. And yeah, you know what? I did. I spent a little extra time just kind of by myself that morning, just getting psyched and kind of not psyched, but like prepared, mentally prepared for it. And because you know what, you do that, and then there's a whole chain reaction of things that happen, and you've got to be ready to move.
Did it go the way you expected? I know there's been a lot of talk about how things went down, but was it kind of how you expected?
Yeah, it went fine. Like, listen, those are what's being said out there is whatever. That's not important to me. We did what we had to do, and we honestly, it's not like I don't want those guys ever to play hockey again. Go ahead, play. You know what? We've got to do what we've got to do. They've got to do what they've got to do. And I wish them luck. I really do. And you know what? You see older guys, sometimes this happens too, and they go on and have success. And, that's, I hope what happened to me happens to them. Yeah. And they find something great out there that's a good fit, and they can enjoy, kind of their career from here to the time it ends.
Yeah. All right. They made a ton of money too.
Oh my God. I don't think anybody's being critical of what you.
Yeah, but you know what, Cam? Yeah. You know what, Cam? You know this too.
I know.
Money's money. And I've talked to a bunch of guys over the years. It doesn't matter how much money you make. The hockey's got to be good.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
You know what? And what is any person from mini mites up to the NHL? What do you want to do?
Well, you want to have fun is what
you want to play.
Yeah. You want to have fun.
You want to play.
Yep.
Yeah. You just want to, you want to have fun and play. And if you're not playing and you're not having fun, it doesn't matter if you're making whatever millions of dollars. You're going to be miserable.
Yep.
So,
well, I remember.
Just want guys to have fun.
Oh yeah. I remember when they traded Dougie Weight, and he said no. He had the no trade. They're like, okay, well then you're not going to play. You're going to be in the press box. He's like, okay, well then I'll go.
Yeah.
We had Dougie on, by the way.
I'll go to Anaheim. All right. So take me behind the scenes here. Like
Dougie had to be a 3-hour interview because he never shuts up.
No, you know what?
His wife was not happy with you, Andy.
Allison was in town. It was like during the. What was it? The All-Star break or something?
Yeah, we had a big thing going on.
And so there was a big event. And she was like, she was like, she was like, okay, Dougie, it's time to go. And then all of a sudden, we ended.
So embarrassing.
And then 6 hours later, it's 2:30 in the morning. We could have still been talking.
I know, but she wanted alone time. Come on.
I know.
They're the
best.
They're great.
Yeah, they are the best, and they're our best friends, and we love them. Allie is so funny too. She cracks me up.
She's hilarious. And so while you're stressed out in Minnesota, you know they're just chilling out in Florida, right? I mean, they live the life over there.
Oh God, do they ever?
Yeah, but you got a nice look. Minnesota's nice, dude. Your travel sucks.
Minnesota's awesome.
Yeah, Minnesota's great.
It's so nice. You got a great setup.
We love it here.
The crime's
oh my God,
good.
we love it here.
Yeah, you got probably a great setup, and the fans love you. But the media's not too crazy. Mm-hmm. You're not a gigantic market, so it's like a perfect balance of everything.
Can I ask you this?
We love it.
Yeah.
How do you approach?
What do you want to ask?
How do you approach your owner? How do you approach your owner? Like when you have to buy out players, and you didn't sign the players to the contract, and I'm sure you guys talk all the time, have a good relationship. You have to have a good relationship with your owner, otherwise it's just not going to work. So how do you approach that? And was he fully supportive of you doing what you got to do to make the team better?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's one of the most supportive guys I've been around, and he's just awesome. Craig's fantastic. We do have a good relationship. And I've said this, kind of like I said this last week, you can't just go and just say, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? You have to have a plan when you're something of that magnitude, and you bring it to them and present a plan to them, and the pros and cons of a move like that, and but what this can do for us, and why I feel we need to do it. And it took I wouldn't say it took a long time of convincing, but no, we went over it a bunch of times. Like, this isn't like, let's do it. No, there are many conversations about this, because it's his money, it's not mine. And you know what, how much those players meant to the Minnesota Wild, and just everything involved in it. We went over it many times, and he has been so supportive, and it's been great.
Okay, I got one more.
I got one tiny one. Let's let him go, please, Andy.
Let Cam try to
try to make up for the last one.
The last one was so bad.
It was so goddamn. Wait, shit! Welcome to my world. We'll edit those bad boys out. But 10,000 lakes up there.
No, we won't.
10,000 lakes up there.
Do you have a boat?
You have. Yeah. Let me ask the damn question, Andy. 10,000 lakes. You're from the East Coast. Please tell me you got a boat and you're, hanging out with people, and you let other people enjoy that lovely boat you have, because there's 10,000 lakes up there. Please tell me you have one.
I did not buy a boat.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I have not bought a boat. My kids are all over me to buy one.
Yeah, well, they should be. They see lakes everywhere, and they're like, we can't go on them.
I'll tell you what, being from the East Coast and kind of being around the ocean, and we have a place at the Jersey Shore, so the lakes around here are amazing. And it really, you don't feel like you're landlocked here at all. There's so much water around. It's unreal. And we live out in Wayzata, which is a great town. It's on Lake Minnetonka, and there's so many boats around, and just people having a good time and jet skiing. It's I didn't grow up around lakes, but it is really awesome.
So Andy,
it's amazing.
He's at the Jersey Shore, fist pumping at the bars, where he could have a nice boat at Lake Minnetonka doing his
Jersey
thing.
Shore.
We're at Jersey Shore.
Is it kind of like the TV
Ocean City,
show?
South Jersey?
Yeah, we're by Wildwood and all that.
Yeah, we're about 10 miles south of Atlantic City.
Yeah, I know where you're at. That's a lovely area. It's more kid friendly and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, listen, there's one video. I've never asked you about this, Billy. That guy, there was a kid that was in training camp, and you slashed him in the shoulder, the back of the neck, whatever, and he got right up. He was never hurt, no big deal, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you look at that? Were you like, oh shit, what did I just do? I hope he's okay. And then
I'm sorry, I can't. It's kind of funny now though, because we all get how you can lose your mind, Billy. What happened there?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not my brightest, not my finest moment. Not my finest.
What was the fallout?
What did he do to you?
No, you know what? He didn't do enough to warrant that. But I apologized to him. And then it was kind of funny, but we would go up to Colorado for training camp with Dallas. And his name's Brett Draney. He was a really good kid. Mm-hmm. And the next year we were rooming together. We were in the same condo unit together. So I guess they wanted to diffuse anything. But he was a good kid, and he did not deserve that. That was a little. I went a little far.
Fuck that. He deserved it. I don't even know what he did, but he deserved it anyway. Yeah. I elbowed Andy the other day in the alumni.
Oh, my God. Billy, we're playing in an alumni game.
I slowed him down, which is not good for business.
He elbowed me in the head. Like, my head hit the glass.
Chaser did it the other day, too. Andy gets abused by the alumni.
All in good fun,
all
Billy.
All right, Billy, man. You're the best, dude. And sorry for the dumb questions. You're
great.
Such an awesome guy to watch, man. And I hear nothing but awesome things about you. You know, we do our research, and you talk to people, and it's a small community, and everybody loves you, man. And you're doing a good job.
Well, thanks. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, keep it going, Billy. All the best to you,
Sell
man.
the shore house and get a boat for the kids.
Let's
okay?
hope.
They're pissed off.
Hey, let's hope you and St. Louis play each other 15 times in a row next year, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 15,
that would be great.
15 times in 15 days. We'll do that.
Come out to St. Louis again.
Sounds good.
Billy, go do your thing,
Billy.
buddy. Go relax.
See you later.
bud.
Thanks, guys.
That was Billy G.
He's awesome.
He's been through it all.
Yeah, he has.
He's a good up-and-coming GM, too, man.
Yeah, man.
This guy's going to be good for a long time.
Very smart.
What do you think about guys who had that type of playing career? You think it matters?
I do, and I think
more so for a coach or more so for a GM? Probably a coach.
I think a coach more than anything, but it doesn't matter because
GM, you just got to be smart, dude.
Yeah,
shrewd.
The coach is more intimate with the players per se on a daily basis. As far as like what Billy can bring to the table, he could be like, "Well, I've been through that. No, I get that. No, I've been through that. I got bought out. I got this. I got that. Like I've won this. I've done." Like he just does everything. So it's like, how can you not have a conversation with him about anything? And he just knows what to say to you. So that helps with a GM, but it also probably would help more with a coach. Fuck, he could do both if he wanted to, but you make more money being a GM.
Yeah.
Or do you?
I don't know about that.
Oh no, you don't.
I don't know.
No, I don't know about that.
I don't
either.
know what you're talking about there.
I think you're more important on the pedestal.
I think the top coaches make more money than the top GMs.
Yeah, you might be right on
without
that.
a doubt. Well, no one's making $6 million as a GM, dude. I think
they're not.
Kenny Holland got paid a good amount, $5 million, something like that.
As a GM, though,
probably. But they
so I was wrong on the fucking payment thing. But on the other hand, as
Babcock, Quenneville,
you're still like in control more than would you. You're just in control. You're the bigger dick.
Mm-hmm.
You're the big dick. You're fucking GM.
Yeah,
you could fire the coach. You might not make as much money, but I don't know.
How about Hawley and Leach? What do you think Lou said or how he reacted?
I heard that he just
when they're like, okay, we're not going to the Olympics unless Billy G's on the team, because you know what happened? Because obviously Billy was holding out, and Lou named the first 17 players on the roster, and Billy G wasn't on there, and he was in that contract dispute.
Yeah, well, he couldn't be on the roster unless he signed.
Well, I don't know. I think he could have been,
or could.
Yeah,
what was
but
saying
he just saying like he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing.
Maybe he was like out of game shape or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if you have to be on an NHL roster. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Well,
I wouldn't think so.
You would think that you would want to be on some sort of roster to be picked for
well,
a
to
big
make
event.
sure you're ready to play.
Well, yeah. So he put himself in that situation.
Probably.
You know, and Lou doesn't fuck around.
We've had a lot of guys who were in contract disputes with Lou.
Good God. Everybody is. Scotty Niedermayer to Claude Lemieux to Scotty Stevens to Langenbrunner to Guerin, Gomer. Jesus Christ. Me. Hi.
You ever hold out?
Yeah. I got 550.
Is that the most you ever made?
No.
You ever get to 6?
6, yeah.
Did you? 650?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I got to, for the Blues, I think I got 650.
Really?
But with Lou, my first one-way deal was 3 years. And my agent got 2, and I'm on my boat, just chilling.
What boat?
My boat I had.
Oh, here in St. Louis.
St. Louis, on the river with my buddies. And I'm like, I'm about to sign. My agent called me. I put it through the speaker. I'm like, And he's like, I got you 2 years. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, actually, I got you 3 years. And that's all we could do because Lou ain't happy with me right now. He's like, don't piss me off anymore. I'll give him 3. And then I got a 3-year.
What did he try to get? Like a 6-year deal?
No, but he kept.
I mean,
He's like,
how
what
many-
about
how
that
many-
3-year?
oh.
What about that 3-year deal? So I got a 3-year deal guaranteed when I was 21 or whatever it was, and it was just.
They didn't have like entry level deals back then.
I had my entry level deal. I already got done because I signed when I was 18, so it was up. And so my 21-year-old.
I don't think it's up till you turn pro though.
I was playing that year. I was playing my
In
21
the
year.
American League?
No, in the fucking NHL.
Oh.
And I had a good year where I fought and stuff like that. Didn't score, but it didn't matter. And I made a presence, and he signed me for a 3-year deal. So that's 1 point whatever guaranteed. And me and my family were like, fucking right. And I bought a bunch of shit.
Was your dad on the boat?
Nah, no, it was just me and my buddies at the time. And we, I remember that at my age, and I was fucking so excited, man.
Wow.
God, I spent a lot of money that night. Probably.
Did you?
Oh,
On the boat? What'd you buy?
No, we got off the boat, went to my house, regrouped, probably fucking went
You buy some Bud
downtown.
Light?
I got a limo. Who knows? Fucking went
No,
to
that,
this,
well, you
went
didn't
that.
have the limo yet because I hadn't given you the limo yet.
You don't do anything for me when it comes to that. But
I mean, which is the truth. People need to know.
I
That's-
just signed a fucking monster ticket. I still had money because I was making money at the time because I still played.
And you had your signing bonus.
I had my signing bonus. That was already gone. But I was like, we're going.
You have your
now.
Corvette. Now you went out and bought your Corvette.
No, that was later on.
Oh.
Yeah. I had my boat, though. My boat was the first, besides my house, was the first.
What kind of
big
boat
thing.
was it?
It was a custom-made 23-foot V-hull with a 383 stroked-out jet engine on it with made of aluminum, so I could hit
Ooh.
things going 70 miles an hour with
And
a
nothing would
70-foot
happen?
rooster tail. Yeah, I can. If I hit a rock, it's cutting through the aluminum.
How big was the boat?
23-foot.
Oh, so a little guy.
Yeah, a little fucking killer.
Smaller than my Chris Craft.
Did that little boy drove you around and creeped out your wife?
Well,
all
dude, I had to
fucking
hire
time?
CJ, man.
And then once fucking Chloe gets a little bit older and she brings her friends out there, have another guy fucking
hiring
wear
CJ
wear those sunglasses.
Hiring
looking at your
CJ
wife.
to drive my Chris Craft is no different than like having a limo driver, dude. Like, it's smart. No, it is.
So dumb.
Am
A
I,
dumb thing to say.
what do you mean?
Because you're in control of the boat, man. Like, you're in an intimate setting in a boat. In a fucking limo, the motherfucker, you can pull the goddamn thing up and you don't even fucking see him. He drops you off and you go to a bar. In a fucking boat, you're stuck on that boat and you go to different things.
CJ
Learn how to drive a boat and stop being a bitch. And that's the bottom line. Like, you act like you're cool because you hired a guy. What a waste of
How
money.
many hours do you need to be able to
You
drive
just need to
that
go to
Chris
Mark
Craft?
Twain Lake. That's an easy boat to drive.
Like,
dude.
how do you get your license, honestly?
You have to go do a thing.
Like a test?
So I was the age gap.
Like, you actually have to take a driving test?
100%.
And do you need
It's
a
80
boat,
1980
or do they have one there?
No, you
Like-
just have to go online and do it. It takes a long
Oh,
time.
well, that's not it. You don't have to drive a boat.
Well,
for
go
the
pass
test,
it then. Go pass it and let me know if you pass it.
You just take a test online?
Go pass it.
I'd pass it right now, dude.
Go pass it.
I'd pass it right now
Hey, it's
with
easy
no
to
studying.
do. Okay, if you're going toe-to-toe with a boat, which way do you veer off? If you're head-on collision with another boat, speedboat, which way do you veer?
Always to your right.
What's that called? What's that called?
Fucking,
It's not
I don't
called
know
the
what
right
fuck-
side.
I don't know what you call it. What do you
It's
call
not
it?
called the right
You
side.
call it the bow side.
The bow? The bow
Oh.
is the front. So
Well.
which side of the bow?
I know what you're talking about because I just read about this. Because there's the bow in the front. There's the whatever in the back. I forgot what do they call it? Honestly, what do they call it in the back? What do they call it? What do they call it?
You need to go learn how to drive a fucking
I
boat.
passed the test.
You
Dude.
need to learn how to drive a boat. It's embarrassing.
Why? So we're
Starboard
actually.
side's the right, port side's the left. You need to fucking know that.
And which way would you go?
You go right.
Yeah.
You're damn right. You guessed that, you dumbass fuck.
dude.
Now, it depends on different things, though. If you're a speedboat, you have the right of way to move out of the way from a fucking sailboat or from a non-moving object. I don't want dipshits like you driving around me.
Well,
you need to go to abandoned lake like Mark Twain. It's so fucking nice. It's so cheap and easy, and the kids will love it. There's nature everywhere. It's perfect for you. And it's an hour and a half away. And rent a goddamn pontoon and go cruise around. That's how you learn, man. That's how you do it. Not on goddamn the big lake where you just came.
We're considering going out of town for like a long weekend and maybe hopping on another boat because like we did enjoy
You
it.
need to learn how to drive it.
Well, I don't need to drive it. I mean, if I got CJ, dude,
nerd.
they'll go anywhere in the country, dude. Anywhere you want to send them.
Creeping your fucking broad out. Like, and me and Kate are on the boat together. I'm like, I know, Kate, we got to bring CJ on. She's like, okay. Don't worry about CJ. Well, we could escape. No, you can't because you're on a fucking boat.
What do you do on the boat? Like
Kate and I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
we'll go
what-
fucking.
No, like you guys
Jam
like
out.
hang out with each other
This is what we do.
on the boat.
Pack a badass cooler. Get our minds right. do our thing, do whatever we got to do, okay? I'm in control. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I'm not going to put myself on a stupid lake where I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know the water, Charlie. I don't know the different depths of different things where you could fuck your shit up.
Get you.
I 100% will get you. Now, I know where my lake is, and Kate and I will go explore. We'll explore every
Your
fucking
lake?
crevice. Mark Twain to Table Rock Lake to wherever. Not Lake of the Ozarks, way too hardcore.
You have a GPS on that thing?
No, you don't. You have your phone.
Dude, my phone,
Holy
honestly,
shit.
my Chris Craft had a GPS.
Now, the lakes that you're on, you don't need to worry about water depth. If you're in the goddamn ocean, that's a different story.
What are you talking about, dude? It's like 1,600 feet in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, no, I know. So you don't have to worry about water depth.
Why? Oh,
you're dumber.
You don't have to worry
than
about like
a mother.
You're saying you don't have to worry about hitting the bottom. Is what you're saying. I thought you meant like it's not deep. You don't have to worry about hitting the bottom.
Rookie ass.
No, I know what you're saying.
You're such a. Don't even edit. If he tells you,
no,
I'll
edit
fuck
that
you
out.
up.
Edit that out.
Brody, don't do it.
Okay,
I need to show his ignorance.
No, Cam,
you're so fucking dumb. Sometimes.
No, the way that you were explaining that, it was confusing.
Water depth. You're not worried about how deep it is because you go down to deep, you're dead anyway.
Right.
You want it deep.
Yes.
But there's some lakes
you're not going to scrape the bottom.
You're not going to scrape and cut a hole in the bottom and fucking have your kids jump out.
I know, but I thought you meant like it's not deep in Lake Tahoe.
No.
Yeah.
Where my point is,
so people understand why I'm just like misunderstanding you there.
Yeah, because you're just a rookie at even talking about this kind of shit. You stupid fuck.
I'll send you a couple things that I'm looking at.
Of the guy creeping your broad out? Is that what you're going to send me?
What do you expect tomorrow? That draft is happening tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it's Monday right now, but it's Tuesday when it's released.
This is being dropped on Tuesday.
I don't know. We'll see, dude. They're gonna be good.
Sick ass uniforms too, man.
They have badass unis. Sick ass name.
It's a great color combo.
Awesome color combo. Everything about them is cool. Mm-hmm. Make your team cool.
Yeah.
I want you to be fucking loud, cool, big, tough, fast, in the mix. Not the best, but in the mix.
Yeah.
And be sexy, man, like Vegas. Keep up with Vegas. Vegas is fucking top tier sexy. You need to stay that way.
Do you feel like Vegas is falling off?
It could be.
No, like what you're talking about, the sexiness.
Nah.
No?
They're always do that. Because even when they're shitty, they're still cool.
Really?
Yeah.
We're going to find out.
We'll find out. You're right. I don't know.
No, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Like nobody's that cool when they're shitty. Let's be honest.
You know what's cool? Going to Vegas and inadvertently seeing that there's a game going on and be like, let's go check that out. That's where the presentation in itself will attract the nonchalant fans.
Oh, of course.
So it's like they're in a good spot. Seattle's going to be in a good spot. I'm not even worried about those. I'm worried about like Arizona.
You think the
fucking joke?
You think
love you, Clayton Keller. Love you, but go ahead.
You think the football team is going to take
100%.
away from the hockey at all?
Nah, that's one day a week, homie. It's one day a week.
Well, you know what?
One day a week.
And you know what? Listen, we'll get off this topic. But the Golden Knights in such a short period of time they've integrated themselves in the community as if they've been there for 50 years.
Exactly. No, they're going to pack that place.
So they're not going
It's
anywhere.
such a fun thing to watch.
Yeah. People love the game now. Yeah.
It's fun. Like the football and hockey, they're the same. They're the same people.
Yeah.
And they understand. Like a lot of people won't watch football at home. Where like I think a lot of hockey fans are like, let's go to that goddamn game and then we'll go gamble afterwards. Where in football, you could sit at home, like, let's just chill at home and watch this football game. It's so easy to watch football at home to where I don't like watching it live. I love watching hockey live. Football, I'm chilling at my goddamn house. My buddies are over. The doggies are fucking chilling. We're getting our fucking minds right. The snow's falling. Got a fire going. I love that. It's a Sunday. Like, Andy, what we do? Come over. I got Bloody Marys. Walking my mouse says. Why go to the football game? Let's go to that hockey game later that night.
Right.
And watch football during the day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Football's so it's the best sport ever to watch live. On TV. On TV. Hockey's great live. I don't want to watch football live. It's boring to me. I want to see that arena or that building, the stadium, but watching football live is fucking boring.
There's TV timeouts every
There's nothing going on. There's nothing going. It's a stoppage every time.
It's a stoppage.
It's all it is one big stoppage. But on TV, they show highlights. You put Red Zone on. You're calling your buddies and gambling. You're making a fucking cocktail. It's the easiest goddamn thing to chill at your house, have a fucking spread of good food. Yeah. Or hockey's like, I don't want anybody around me when I'm watching. No, you don't,
because it distracts you.
I want to watch the game.
It distracts you.
Somebody just laid somebody out. Now there's this going on. But with football, it's just like, it's so fucking awesome. Yeah. But I ain't watching live.
Okay.
So you get my drift?
I got you. All right, we'll continue that conversation. Maybe next time on episode number 144.
Yeah.
This is 143. Brought to you by CarShield. 800-857-2481. Again, they're getting ready for that big roller hockey tournament that's coming up.
We're going
here.
to. We got to go.
to go.
I'm gonna have to stop by.
Yeah,
we love these guys, man.
Yes.
They're our blood
Yes.
brothers.
Patty's coaching a team, I think. Patty Maroon.
Jesus! Now I'm going on the bench.
I think he and Phil, they're called the Mud Snakes.
Oh, I know.
Because
That's
I think
Anthony.
Phil's-
That's Anthony.
Well, I
That's
think Phil's
Pat-
nickname was the Mud Snake or something.
That's Anthony's nickname, Little Mud Snake.
I thought it was.
That's Patty's son.
Okay.
Because he worked out with us, and we called him Little Mud Snake. What does that mean? I don't know.
You don't know what a Mud Snake
But
is?
he's a little wheel, hanging out with all the big guys. He's a bigger wheel than his daddy, I'll tell you that. That's possible.
So, Patty, we'll see if he can win another championship.
He was on TV the other night at the Cardinals game. Poor, Fran is so funny, his wife. She's poor girl's on it, and they're saying, "Hey, Patty," and she's pregnant. She's stuffing herself with food. Poor girl. She's like, "Mother." She's like,
Oh, when they showed
she's
her?
like, "Gee, thanks for fucking having me stuff everything possible." She's so cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
What a cute couple. We
she's
love them
awesome,
so much, and we just want them to be around.
Yep.
Although I do want to smack Phil once in a while.
Hey, CarShield, 800-857-2481. And we wish them the best of luck in State Wars, too, man. They're going to go
I
toe-to-toe
know.
with the Mud Snakes. Who you taking in that one?
Mud Snake. Can we change that name?
No, who
actually,
you
So
taking? Who you taking?
CarShield.
CarShield or Mud
Yeah,
Snakes?
I'm going to play on CarShield, I think.
Well, Patty coaches the Mud Snakes. He's not on CarShield, dude.
Well,
just
then I'm
telling
going
you.
to play for CarShield.
Yeah, I'm playing for CarShield, too.
We're probably going to lose.
Probably toe drag.
You ain't doing shit. No fucking.
I'll wear shouldies there.
God, please wear.
I'm with
equipment.
rollerblades
You probably
on.
don't even wear a jock. I don't need to wear a jock. My buddy Ezekiel told me that he doesn't do it. I'm like, well, what?
Ezekiel.
Zeke. You hang out with Ezekiel's, Sven's,
it's
Malachi's.
No. For people who didn't listen to the Open, though, like that lady on the wheelchair, like 45, 50
Andy,
miles per hour,
don't give
dude,
a
downhill.
It's a stupid story. It's a dumb story.
It's like a stunt devil,
It's like
dude.
the story you told about. You're like
a stunt woman.
this one time, Walt came up to a guy and said something, and it was like the guy was like, "What the heck?" And then that was it.
The guy was like,
Fucking
what
waste
the
my
heck?
time. What the heck?
800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. So embarrassing. That's okay, though. Listen, I encourage everyone to do it. You're going to save some money. So do it today.
Yeah.
We love our friends over there at CarShield. Again,
don't degrade them for saving money.
Structure your plan. You want it long term, you can do that. Short term, whatever. I'm seeing these commercials left and right. Iced Tea. What's the wrestler's name? Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Yeah,
He's getting old.
I know.
He's getting old. He doesn't even talk the same, dude. He doesn't have that flair that he's just kind of like
He's still got it. He's still got it.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And I like him, man.
You know who's got it?
Who?
Dan Bellman still got it, man.
I need to talk to him, dude.
He has not lost
Dan, I know you're
his
listening.
fastball.
I need it. I'm coming up there.
No, he's the best.
We need to
Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Dan Bellman. Listen, they want to buy your used car, and they want you to be happy and drive off with a new set of wheels here. So check out the new inventory. Check out the pre-owned inventory as well. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Troy, Missouri.
Man,
And
those Rams, I'm telling you,
I know.
the diesels are on those Rams are bad to the bone.
I'd rather talk about what I'm looking at, which is the Escalade or the Yukon, actually. Kind of going side by side with that. I might buy a side by side too.
For what?
Well,
for what the fuck you drive? Where you gonna
drive around the neighborhood. My neighbors.
Your neighbor,
have them.
you live on a highway. You live
No,
right.
I do not live on a highway.
Andy, you have Highway 40. You could throw a rock and hit a fucking major highway.
Zero chance.
You'd have to be a big time baseball player and be a freak of nature. But you could throw two. Yeah. Okay, you could throw a baseball and then throw it again and hit it.
Never.
Yes, you could.
No chance.
You're half a mile away.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 times you could throw a ball.
It's a long throw, a half mile. Dude.
Yeah, but you're in the city. So
it's not the city.
You have a nice place, and I like your backyard. But quit acting like you live in the middle of fucking like where I live. Your place is different than
Franklin County.
Yeah, the wealthy part. Quit fucking comparing your shit to mine. It's completely different.
I'm not comparing it to
you.
Yours.
Have
you're like
a lesser
45
place.
minutes.
You have a lesser
out of
looking
town.
place, but you're in the mix.
Lesser looking.
It's lesser
My
looking.
house is like twice the price of yours.
And what do you get out of it? And what do you get?
Everything's new on the inside.
And what do you get out of it,
new.
sir? Explain it to me. Because you're by Ezekiel. Why?
What's Ezekiel?
It's your buddies.
Oh, Ezekiel Elliott. No, the running back.
No,
he lives in my neighborhood.
What about Sven? Sven's your other buddy. You want to live by your buddy.
No, Ezekiel Elliott from the Cowboys. He does have a house in my neighborhood.
No, he doesn't.
That's just the way it is in most cities. Like there's areas that are attractive to listen to or to live in that the price of living there costs more because people want to live there. It costs less the more you go out of town. So like, I'm not going to like chirp you for living 45 minutes out of town, but like
30 minutes, but 35
but
minutes.
like, you know, it's not for everybody.
You do chirp me for it. That's why I stick up for it.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's for everybody. That's kind of cool.
You know, you got to.
I don't give a shit about
you.
I'll drive.
Like you said, your house
minutes.
is immaculately outdated.
Not anymore.
Well, you got that carpet going on and like that.
We'll rip the carpet off. What the fuck are you talking about? Rip it up in 2 seconds.
That green bathroom or whatever.
Even if it's green, it's still like heavy duty, nice as fuck.
You shower in there yet? You said you weren't showering.
I could fit 15 people in there. How many can fit in yours?
My shower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. 3? No. 16 at least.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna send you a picture of that today.
Are we competing? Actually, I already know.
Are we competing over who's got the biggest shower?
I already know how big a shower is. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Daredevil hockey, by the way. Protect yourself.
They're good. They get a big shower.
Protect yourself. Yeah. Daredevil hockey. You know, skate lacerations are no joke, Cam. They are no joke.
I think they are a joke. I like it lacerated.
Well, you wouldn't like it, man. Don't be
look at my goddamn legs, dude.
Look at my arm, dude. I got ran over by the ref, dude. The referee skated on my arm, dude.
Off a bike
skated on my arm. Don't be a statistic. Don't be another one just heading to the hospital that is dealing with a skate laceration. This is serious stuff, man. Protect your kids. Protect yourself if you're an adult men's league player. And make sure you're doing that the right way. With our friends over there at Daredevil Hockey. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. And, again, you're going to save 25%. You got to do the all caps, though, man. It's all caps, Daredevil Hockey. We love our friends over there. Also, check out on our website, support our boy Michael Dane, the Great Dane.
Oh, my God. He's such a good dude.
If you need your website updated, you need a website created by somebody who knows what they're doing, who's the best in the industry, best in the business, big-time hockey fan, check out the Great Dane, Michael Dane. All the information is available there for you on our website. It's right there. You can't miss it.
Check it out. CamandStrick.com, baby.
Yes. And Victor Hockey, man. Our friends over there at Victor Hockey.
They make the best.
Talked to Adam the other day. They got great apparel, great hats, all that type of stuff. Same with our friends over there with Wingman. We've got the Cam and Strick hats, the Cam and Strick t-shirts, hoodies, everything right now on the website. Check it out. Support us. We appreciate all the support we get from all our listeners out there.
Absolutely. We love you all.
And if buy the merchandise. Cam wears it like, head to toe every single day.
I know.
Look at this guy.
We just want to entertain you guys and just keep this thing going forever. So we do need help, man. And if you're a sponsor out there who wants to team up with us, come on board. You're dealing with Andy and I. You're not dealing with some fucking company and somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And we'll shoot shit. We'll work out whatever and help to keep this thing going, Andy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, this was Billy G. We appreciate Billy G for taking time to join us as well, man.
Fucking awesome.
Cool ass dude. We love Billy. All right, for everybody.
He live in my
affiliated with the show, for Brody, for everybody. We thank everybody's support here on the Cam and Strick podcast.
Love you guys.
Till next time.